Just let them speak.
You can demonstrate. You can prove it. When you manipulate heat, water boils.
Science can't prove things. Science cannot prove anything. How would it ever do that? Think about it. If no matter what you try and prove, and these guys, I heard them say the other day, oh, science proof is that the water boils at 100 degrees. That's not proof of anything. I wanted to go to Witsit, gets it.
You can demonstrate. You can prove it. When you manipulate heat, water boils.
Science proof is that the water boils at 100 degrees. That's not proof of anything. Witsit, gets it.
You can demonstrate. You can prove it. When you manipulate heat, water boils.
Science can't prove things. Now listen carefully.
I think you can find a scientifically valid method that can validate the ether, but it doesn't exist. I think you can find a scientifically valid method that can validate the ether, but it doesn't exist.
What the hell did you just say?
I think you can find a scientifically valid method that can validate the ether, but it doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah!
I think you can find a scientifically valid method that can validate the ether, but it doesn't exist.
Are you serious?
Now listen carefully.
What science has known for, hundreds of years, and that is the existence of the ether.
Science cannot prove anything. How would it ever do that?
Experiments prove that the ether is actually there.
Science cannot prove anything. How would it ever do that?
Experiments prove that the ether is actually there.
That's how you know you're being scammed.
Prove that the ether.
You know science doesn't prove anything, right?
On the subject of apologies, there's only one apology, and that's to Nathan for calling him a scammer. The rest, it is fair game. Even calling me a flat earth homo, it's fair enough. I've been called worse. You know what I mean? I'm not bothered about it. The only apology due is that, because that's the thing that's out of order. It's dishonest, and he knows it.
He won't be able to do it. You can't retract that now. You hear that, jabroni? That's your pride fucking with you, you Dunning-Kruger muppet. How's that hypothesis working out for you? You don't even know what one is, do you? Yeah, we heard it. Tacitly, you're fucking clueless. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Looks like we're operating 5x5. If you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. It's me by me onesie again. Sorry about the delay. Had a little problem with the modem the last time I went to go live. Called up my internet service provider and they said it caught Ebola and its backbone was as crooked as a question mark. Yeah, so I couldn't go live at all, man. It wouldn't connect. The OBS software wouldn't even recognize YouTube. That's how bad it was. First time I ever seen that, I was getting red lines everywhere. I tried it about maybe 15 times, reloading and loading, but yeah, it was all for naught. So sorry for surprising you again. I was limited because it wouldn't let me do anything. I tried to get back in and reschedule, but it wouldn't let me do that. So maybe I just didn't know how to do it. So I just pulled the one that was scheduled up from the 3rd of October, and I just used that one. I hope it didn't catch you off guard. I'm sure you don't mind. Nothing doing on Friday night anyway. Right? Can you hear me okay out there? Give me a thumbs up on my audio. If you would be so kind. Audio's good. Lumpy gas in the vacuum. What's up? Somebody go track down Neil. I think he's in the DT. He's in the DT ward. No shows. I think he's losing his mind. Somebody track him down. I sent him a message. Try to help him out. Let's give it a couple minutes, guys, because like I said, this is a surprise for pretty much everyone. So we'll just relax here. We're not in any hurry. Nothing going on but the weather. Tell you that much. Boy, it got cold this evening out here, brothers. Tell you that much. It's a welcome sight. My favorite time of the year. But it got a little chilly, I have to admit. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. Everything's going good with the bow. Got her all up to speed again, just in case you were wondering. I knew you would be. So I was shooting out at 100 yards yesterday and plopping her in paper plates, just to let you know, first time I did that. So I rebuilt her. We have the technology. Better, faster, and stronger. The sexy bow beast. That's right, folks. She's back. She's smoking. Yeah, I had a great time last night, man. Great time. So sight tape is all ready to go. A little bit off. We'll have to see about that. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of that, but we'll have to see where she's going. Had a couple ranges off from the pre-printed sight tapes. I know it's exciting for you. So let's check on, see what's going on here. We got excellent connection on YouTube. Studio's good. The OBS is good. Looks like we're going 5x5. So hot you can only get so naked. Yeah, that's true. I like it colder. Like I said, this is my favorite time of the year. Always been my favorite time of the year. Not only football, it's just, I just can't stand too much heat. You get, like she said, like you guys said, you can't do anything about it except turn the AC on. Right, it's usually overwhelming. You can't do too much outside. I could shoot for about 5-6 minutes until I'm a ball of sweat. Heck with that. We're going to try it in the wintertime. Okay, you know what? But I shot last year. But I shot indoors. We don't have any indoor ranges here anymore. The guys got up and closed shop on that one. They just moved to another place and didn't take that with them. So we're going to see how that goes. So like I said, welcome to the show. We're going to deal with Witsit Part 2, and we're going to put an end to globe dumpsters. Yeah, you're through. You're through. Just so there's no misunderstanding. You'll know when we get there. You're finished. Did one of you guys go get Neil? I can't start this without him. He'll send the contract out on me. So we'll hang out for a couple minutes, guys. Like I said, we're not in any big hurry. But there's no one to talk but me. Talked about the weather. We're not going to get into any food. Talked about the bow. Maybe give that a break for the next couple days. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Get back there on Sunday. See if we can't shoot like 110, 115 yards. I'll tell you what, dudes. Even with a scope, it's out there, man. A paper plate, one of those small paper plates at 100 yards. She's out there, man. Yes, sir. I'm like, what did I get myself into with this? Can't have any shakes. Because I only got so much for the backdrop of the target, right? If I don't hit that, that's arrow losing escapade. That starts to get physically irresponsible. Those puppies are expensive. Back to the bow, right? I ain't got anything else. What do you guys want to talk about out there in chat? Make sure you pay attention to this one now. Don't be playing any grab ass out there. I want you paying attention, specific attention to this. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. Just launch pad security and you'll be good to go. But there'll be some important parts in here. Some parts you'll be calling your therapist saying, what the hell is going on here? Other parts you'll be asking second graders, what the hell is going on here? But it'll all work itself out in the end. So what else is going on out there this week? Like I said, I've been my attention's been elsewhere, especially in the evenings. Late evenings I've been good to go, but I'm usually pretty worn out by then. So I haven't been keeping up on the flat earth debate. So anything? No? Guys aren't too talkative in there, which is a good thing. I'd like you not to be talkative because that means you're paying attention. As I said, you won't have to pay too close of attention to what's going to happen here in the next few minutes. Or starting in the next few minutes, that's for sure. I'm going to wind it back a little bit. I know I did it on BALLBUSTERS. I think we went up to somewhere around 59 minutes, 47 seconds. I'll wind it a couple minutes back. Nobody is listening to you, QE, only 20-something. 20-somethings? That's not my target audience. Never did good with the younger crowd for some reason. Just like I said, it's not my target audience. Mine was essentially boomers. Super cringe? What's super cringe? Didn't start yet. The super cringe is coming. Tiring of the stupidity? Well, leave. Then the stupid goes with you. Oh, thanks, David. What kind of arrows? I have victory, arrows. They're, I guess I got them right here. I know they're 3D HVs, 400 spine. They weigh 320 grains. Everything. Fletching. Sorry about that. 320 grains, fletching. That's with everything. Yeah. They're light arrows. Because like I told you, I don't kill Bambis. I'm in the need for speed. So I'm about 295. I haven't measured her yet. I did it before I blew her up. I would suspect she's right around the same, or maybe a little bit faster than, like I said, I built her faster and stronger. So maybe 295, 298, getting close to 300. I could take her up further, but I really don't need to. That's fast enough. She got a vapor trail when I fire them off now. She fires sweet too. She's a dreamboat. I let another guy on the range. She goes, "That's a damn nice bow you got there." I said, "Yeah, well, duh." So I let him fire it, and you should see the look on his face. I said, "Give me that back right now. Don't you touch her ever again." No, I don't kill Bambis, dude. I don't play that. Oh, we got 38. Did anyone go get Neil yet? We're going to have to start without him. He's going to be pissed. But light arrow, like a laser, but yeah. Yep, I don't have to move my sight tape too much in between ranges. In fact, maybe my buddy was out there yesterday, and I went from, I practiced it at 30 a couple times, and I was just poking quarters at 30. And I said, I got warmed up. It takes a while for me to get warmed up these days because I'm getting older. So after I had about 10 shots, I said, let's go to 80. Because I already marked the distances out, so we know right where it is. Let's go to 80. First couple shots were a little shaky. It's different firing at long ranges because your anchor changes just slightly. Anchor to the peep, You'd have to know what I was talking about to know about that. But it's a little. You just have to get used to it and firing those ranges. And let me tell you, when you get used to firing at long distances, short distances are cake. So I'm going to be practicing a lot at longer distances. All right, guys, 37, 38. Nothing wrong with recurve. Yeah, that's cool. It was just something about a compound that just got me going. And I started with that. I can't, reverse course now, man. I'm like pot committed, if you know what I mean. I don't think I'd want to. I love it. Go chase him down, Mr. Sam. Go get him. I'll give him 2 minutes. Because I know you fine folks are busy and you got places to go, and we're going to get on with this pummeling. Like shooting pregnant hippos in a fishbowl. All right, let me see if I got my act together here. We got that going. 1 second, guys. Oh, I got the wrong screen presentation. No, I don't. That should be good. Let me test it. Yeah, that should be good. Like I said, I'm going to rewind a couple minutes. We'll go to about 54 minutes. So I already marked down the fallacies from 54 to 59, so I'm not going to be marking those down. I'm not going to double dip. Right? Everything's on the up and up. I have my sheet with the fallacies that were already annotated. And the lies, by the way, we're up to 3. If you go back to the BALLBUSTERS show, I identified each of those when I said them. So he's up to 3. I'm not even going to count the fallacies because they're gonna come rapid fire in this segment of the presentation. We're going to try to make it a little quicker. Because I think we were 3, well, with the first Buy Me Onesie, we were like 3 and out, over 3 hours. I don't know if it's going to, I haven't timed it in my head. We'll just see where it goes. But I don't ask me how long it's going to take. I can't give you a time. Over. Seven, 8. Good. No problems, no drop frames. We're cooking with grease. All right, I'm not gonna be able to mess with chat, guys. I can only do 5 things at once. So behave out there. I'm gonna look at the chat after the show and see who was naughty and who's nice. You better be nice. All right, we're going to get ready to roll, guys. Pay close attention. Hope the sound is good. I'll give that a little test. Okay, we're going to roll. Here we go.
When they do a test, the scientific test, the experiment, you do it more than once. That's why they have what you call peer review. It goes through a whole bunch because you do get what they say inconsistencies with hypotheses.
That's not peer review. I know we went over this before, but I'd like to go over it again. That's not peer review. Peer review is done at the publishing houses. The editors assign referees to incoming papers. People submit papers to that magazine or publishing house, and the editor assigns referees, allegedly subject matter experts. They sit in a room with a highlighter and really bad coffee breath, and they go through the study or whatever it is for the editor, right? They're not doing any experiments. Even if there's an experiment in the paper, which often there's not, obviously, they're not recreating anything. All they're doing is looking for faux pas and highlighting them right? Or anything that goes against the sort of narrative of the journal in question. So that's not peer review. I think you're going to Jedi mind trick this numpty into thinking that's peer review. He's going to make a stupid statement coming up here in a couple seconds, but I hope everyone's got that.
Tests. That's why they have what they would say with their inconsistent variables and stuff, because they still able to get this person got this. Let's say there was a panel of 10 guys and 2 people out of that 10 had a different result than the other 8. They're going to validate it because 80% was still valid. You understand? Because there was some kind of, but they still know there has to be another cause somewhere. They're just going to create another hypothesis until they can get 100%. But it doesn't invalidate the 80% of the people that's already got it correct. That validated that hypothesis.
When you look into the peer review of the water boiling, that's
peer review of the water boiling. Where's that at? He doesn't know what peer review, folks. You did but Jedi mind trick him, Keith. Good job. You looked into the peer review of water boiling, really. Where at? On your next show, show us where you went. Show us what publishing house you went to. Fucking clown.
That's how I know that it's wrong. I went and looked into it. So that isn't what always happens. People have
What isn't what always happens? Water doesn't boil? Bozo.
proven this consistently, that it depends on the thermometer you use. It
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Boiling water depends on the thermometer you use? Are you on crack? Go over the calibration of thermometers your next show, too. Unbelievable.
depends on the type of water, and it
It's water. H2O. Not any of your dumbass red herring fallacies that you're going to conjure. Water. H2O.
depends on the container. There could be
This is, I would have to say, besides the thermometer and the second train wreck here, this one really stands out. You got incoherent second graders in the corner. They're vapor locking from tear jerking belly laugher syndrome. You think the boiling point of water is flexes or becomes adjusted or changes with the type of container, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And I'll tell you what, I've heard some stupid shit, especially with the Evo-tards back in the day. Like ink molecules are alive and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right up there. You're top 3 with that statement. So congratulations. Good God.
be even more. Like from my understanding, in a microwave, water doesn't boil at 100 degrees.
Yes, it does. Water boils at 100 degrees. You don't know anything about vapor pressure. You're clinical level Dunning-Kruger. I mean, abject moron. Anyone from junior high school on up with this is over in the corner. They're going to have to be resuscitated from tear jerking belly laugher syndrome. You're a moron. That's it.
It has to get way hotter than that.
Oh, God.
So there are different variables. It's what type of heat. I know it sounds
What type of heat? It sounds tedious. No, it sounds stupid. You're just making shit up, talking out your ass. Like you always do. It's ridiculous. You know that word, don't you?
tedious, but it doesn't matter.
And
It
we
doesn't
say-
mean that he's wrong.
We're saying this.
It doesn't mean that who's wrong. The hell are you talking about? Who's wrong? Who knows?
Same thing. That's what I'm just saying. We literally but both of us, you can agree with me. The scientific method proves something. It either proves the hypothesis or the null hypothesis. It has to prove one of them. Agreed.
I think again, you can definitely disprove things.
You can't disprove both of them.
Yeah, he said prove, you said disprove. It's the same thing. If you disprove something, you ipso facto prove the converse true. Duh. Like, if I falsify or disprove that you're not a moron, then I've proven that you're a moron. Get it? I doubt it. Ask one of your slobber nurses to explain it to you.
You either have A or B. You cannot have A and B or B and A. You can only have A or B. That's how a hypothesis
That's
works.
what I'm saying.
Stop messing with that mic. You got some serious issues, dude. creepy.
So it
That's what I'm
proves
saying.
one or the other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're saying
You
the
guys
same
claim
thing.
that dude, FED for 5 years has claimed that science proves water boils at
The FED has claimed science proves that water boils at what?
100 degrees Celsius at
No, that's a centigrade Celsius scale, temperature scale.
14.7 psi. They've claimed it for like 7 years.
Oh, now
That's
it's 7 years. Just a few seconds ago, it was 5 years. In 5 minutes, is it going to be 26 years? Just making shit up, man. You're a clown. And he's attempting to disprove the centigrade Celsius temperature scale again. Absolutely unbelievable.
Not true. I can prove the null hypothesis.
There is no null hypothesis. That's not a hypothesis. What's the hypothesis? You don't have a null hypothesis to disprove. You don't have a cause and effect relationship, you numpty dipshit. He doesn't know what a hypothesis is, folks.
Therefore, they're wrong.
Therefore, they're wrong. Just a hand wave, they're wrong, right? How? Why? Show. Like I said, we're still at 56 minutes. No fallacies. I already marked the fallacies down before. As soon as we hit 59, 47, it's open season.
But as I say, the point still comes in. Science proves hypothesis, because that's my point of the whole tonight. Science can only prove your hypothesis. So it proves something. It proves the hypothesis. To disprove the null, you're proving the hypothesis. To disprove the hypothesis, you're proving the null. Therefore, science can only prove an hypothesis.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But it's always relative to what.
No, it's not. It's not relative to anything. It either proves or disproves the hypothesis. End of story. Not relative to anything. Or are you talking about your boyfriend, ether lover Einstein? Right? With his relativity.
What is known at the time. Like
That's an argument from ignorance and appeal to the future fallacy. But like I said, I already marked those down before, so I'm not going to double dip on you.
there are control variables that you don't know about.
There are control variables that you don't know about. Say that to yourself slowly. So there are control variables you don't know about. If you don't know about them, you're not controlling them, you numpty dipshit. You're a clusterfuck of nonsense. Like I said, second graders are laughing at you.
If there are variables that could cause, for example, heat is actually just like pressure mediated.
Oh, let me rewind that. I love this rap. Sorry, guys. I stopped it a little bit early. 56. Here we go.
About if there are variables that could cause, for example, heat is actually just like pressure mediation dependent upon or resultant of electricity.
That cracks me up every single time, man. He's a numpty dips. Pressure mediation as a resultant of electricity. No, it's not. That's not what heat is. You idiot. As a resultant of electricity. He thinks he's a rapper. It's just heat transfer. Via three mechanisms. One of three. Conduction, convection, radiation. That's all heat is. It doesn't have anything to do with electricity. Like I said in a previous show, what this numpty's trying to say is, like, I'm sitting here watching Monday Night Football here in my bedroom, and all of a sudden the power goes out. So what he's saying here is I could jump out my bedroom window, spark up a fire, and plug that TV into the fire. And I'm good to go. That's what he's saying. What an idiot. Oh, by the way, on your next show, I want you to who, what, when, where, why, and how of power plants. You know, their existence. You know what they do? Let me clue you. They take heat, right? And they convert it. That's a very important word right there in that statement. Convert it to electricity. If heat was electricity, there would be no need for power plants, no need for conversion. You're a stone cold dumbass.
So that's actually what it is. So there is a way.
Yeah, that's actually what it is. Yes. And Penelope Pitstop was Bruce Lee's grandfather. Friggin' bozo.
way to potentially to manipulate electricity so that it gets really hot, but it keeps the water in a certain phase.
What the hell are you talking about? Show. And then connect it with something coherent.
We don't know. That's the point, dude. And
You don't know. That's the point. That's the point, that you don't know. And that's the point, right? Yeah, that is the point. That damn sure, Skippy, is the point. You don't know. You and your boyfriends over at Globe Dumpsters, that's your mantra. You don't know. Correct. We're going to deal with that here in a little bit.
and
No, like I was saying, we're saying the same thing, actually. That's why I enjoy these conversations, because
You're saying the same thing? God, I hope not.
I think there's a whole little big misconception between...
Is that a little big misconception? Is that what you said? What is it, little or big?
You know, the two parties,
Sorry, man, I had to do it.
FCD and GloBusters and whatever. I think there's a miscommunication somewhere as well, and I'm not saying I agree totally with what's going on with GloBusters or even FED, whatever. But
This isn't an agree-disagree genre. And there's no sides, there's no groups. There's only three choices. You have truth, lies, or falsities, and the unknown or unexplained. That's it. Get it right. Definitely not agree-disagree genre. That's subjective. We're into the nature of reality. That's objective. That's the opposite of subjective. So get it right.
their point simply is science proves. Jeranism is very specific when he says science does not prove things. He even
what he says is science doesn't prove things definitively for 100% that this is it and will never change.
No, he doesn't. He never said that. You're a liar. He doesn't say those words. Let's check it.
Here's how you know you're being scammed. And let's think back to what's happened over the last, 2 years. And when you're being scammed.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Thought I had those lined up. So that one was that one. Let's try that one.
It's human beings. So every single science experiment that's ever been done has been run through the filter of a human being. Okay, so that right there tells you science cannot prove things. But look at science proof is a myth.
There, see? Science doesn't prove things. Not what you said. Science doesn't prove things. Now he's going to walk through the garden of pseudosciences and try to prove his numpty statement with the pseudosciences. He didn't say what you said. You just made that up, Mr. Propaganda Minister. Right? And essentially, you lied because that's not what he said.
Okay, except for it's a complete lie. While they provide very strong evidence for those theories, they aren't proof. Common misconceptions about science. Real scientists never use the word scientific proof because they know no such thing exists. But Nathan Oakley will tell you that these are all wrong. Science does prove things. Yeah, I'm sure.
See? He never says it. He never said what you said. So you're a liar. I got that one. You know what? I think I already got that one down. Let me go back. Yeah, let me scratch that one out because I think I already posted that one last week. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you're full of shit. Yeah. You never said that. You're trying to rewrite history. You're an incoherent Joseph Goebbels.
And I don't disagree with him.
You don't disagree with what you just made up. Yeah, lovely.
Like, I say science proves things, though. I use the word prove because it's intellectual people understand.
You're not one of them. Let me tell you there, Sunshine. You're an abject dumbass. You're the furthest away from an intellectual I know.
It's always going to be like relative to what we know.
It's not. It's not relative to what we know. That's horseshit. Show. Remember I told you I want you to go back on your next stream, and I want you to show that it's relative to what we know. And then your next statement, it usually comes right behind it. 1 second.
Know at the time. So when I
What
say,
we know at the time, the appeal to the future fallacy. So what we want you to show to support your claim, because you're a village idiot. You didn't support anything for an hour and 28 minutes. Nothing. None of one of your claims. None of them. So what you got to do to support your claim, village idiot, is show something that was actually scientifically validated by experiment in the past and then show how it was invalidated by experiment sometime in the future to support your claim. You'd have better luck sprouting broccoli from your armpits. You're a friggin' bozo.
Say, I can prove electrostatics makes things levitate.
You can prove electrostatics makes things levitate?
I proved it because the
No, you just said it. No, you didn't prove anything. You just said it. Electrostatics makes things levitate. You think just saying it's proof? Oh, brother.
cause and effect did that, right?
Cause and effect did that. Where?
But it's always relative to what we know.
Oh, back to always relative to what we know. Hey, they're Einstein. So electrostatics make things levitate. So electrostatics, you know, remember I gave you what electrostatics actually is, right? It's all intramolecular and intermolecular forces are electrostatic in nature, right? So you see this titty twisting mic you got going on right here, and the arm and your watch and your arms. I'm surprised one of them hasn't fallen off yet. The earphones, your chair, the rug, the footstool, the doorknob, whatever stupid action you got going on back here, the floor, are all electrostatic in nature. I got a question for you. Why aren't they all levitating? Oh my God. You're like Mr. Magoo giving the keynote address at a metabolic pathway convention. I mean, you're a dumbass, man. Train yourself with every statement. Right? Electrostatics cause things to levitate. Okay, why aren't they levitating then? Idiot.
I mean, that's just not. It's not even comp.
But like that,
Not even it's not even I'm not going to go back. I didn't hear what he said. Not even I don't know.
At the end of the day, we're still saying exactly the same thing. It's just
God, I hope not.
everybody's harboring on a different aspect of what we're saying, and then they say the other one's wrong.
I agree with that. That's why it's like if people are talking past each other. It's kind of like they're talking.
No, we're not. People aren't talking past each other. You're just contradicting yourself with every other breath and making a horse's ass out of yourself. Right? Now you're trying to friggin' rewrite history like in a damage control mode after you train wrecked yourself over 30 times. It's more than that. Those are just the 30 I wrote. I think it was like 35 or 36. Somewhere in that vicinity. You do a number on yourself here. I'm not going to keep track of the number. Or maybe I will. We'll see at the end. I'll mark them down. We may or may not go over it. Yeah, there's no miscommunication. You're an umpty dipshit. Pretender clown. Above clinical level Dunning-Kruger.
Talking about
Demonstrated here on BALLBUSTERS, in the first part of BALLBUSTERS, and the BALLBUSTERS previously, where I thrown you around like a rag doll, using your own words.
quarter, and one has the heads, one has the tails, and they're like, this quarter is heads, this quarter is tails, but it's both of them. But
Another idiot analogy. Okay, a coin has heads and tails, right? Flip that coin and let's see if it lands in between. Heads and tails. It's either heads or tails. It's not both. So what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, that's where good faith comes in, right?
Yeah.
Where
Good faith? What the hell does that mean? What do you mean by good faith, dude? Define that your next presentation. I think I already know what it is, but we'll move.
like you have to be. That's what the Socratic method is. You have to like.
What? The Socratic method is good faith? No. The Socratic method is hypersemantics. If you could use one word to describe the Socratic method, it would be hypersemantics. That's what it is. Not good faith.
Hear the other person out.
And remember I said that. See, he brings up the Socratic method. Remember that. He's going to train wreck himself down the line here with the antithesis of it. Just wait. Double speaking idiot.
Understand what they're trying to say with the words that they're using, so you can have good.
So you try to understand with the words that they're using. No. That's not the Socratic method. The Socratic method is defining terms. Like I said, hypersemantics. Not what you said. So defining terms. Not what they think the terms mean. Defining terms so you can communicate effectively. It's quite simple.
Good faith and actually address the
That's not good faith. I'm going to tell you what his good faith is, folks. See, this is unbelievable. What this witless dumb fuck is feebly attempting to peddle, tacitly, is that since Globe Dumpsters has successfully reviewed NASA photos for 7 years, faithfully, his pathetic good faith appeal, that flat earthers need to accept any and all utter horseshit that spews from their incoherent blowholes. That's what he means by good faith. And you can readily recognize it.
the merit of what they're saying.
The merit of what? Who's saying? The Globe Dumpsters. No, I don't think so.
And they didn't do that. They clipped me out and they clipped Jaren out and put us beside each other.
Yep. Yeah. And?
If you had to let me finish my sentence without clipping it out.
Let you finish your sentence, well, that would go against clipping you out. When do we stop the clip?
Then I explained the same thing I'm explaining right now. So.
Oh, then you explain. Really? Show an example. Let's see it. You village idiot. Another baseless assertion. We're not quite there yet. You've got 1 more minute until the fallacies start to pile up again, because I already think I got that one.
I don't have to get into the details of the drama. You didn't do anything.
Get into the details of the drama. The drama of you contradicting yourself over and over again. You call that drama? What do you think? We're just going to sit by and let you do it?
Right? So it's cool, but I'm just saying, like, I think it's petty because Jaren's making a point, and then you could apply.
What point was Jaren making? He all he did was train wreck himself. Everyone heard him. We're going to listen to some of his clips here today. What point did he make? That science doesn't prove things? Using the pseudoscience garden as his evidence? He'd been better off just shove a friggin' stick of dynamite up his ass and sit down on a bonfire. I mean, he's a certifiable doofus. What are you talking about?
Good faith and be like, oh.
Oh, here we got the good faith again. The 7-year NASA photo review. Good faith. The fuck out of here.
In that way that Jaren's explaining it, that does make sense.
In the way that Jaren's explaining it, it does. What makes sense? Science doesn't prove things. No, it's dumb fuck. Like you.
Yeah,
you know,
the only thing that Jaren did wrong though is he called Nathan a scammer for saying science proves things. So
that's
when
not,
I think that's when
what happened. Did you actually watch the stream?
So I think
yeah, that's actually what happened. You see, you see this. Joseph Goebbels is trying to rewrite history. Yeah, everyone watched it. Yeah, we all know what he said. You clown. It's one thing to rewrite history, you know, when you have, you know, like 3 or 4 people removed or nothing's written or recorded. He's recorded. You freaking bozo.
That's when things got very heated. So
that's not what happened. Okay, he didn't.
That's not what happened. So we have to have it regurgitated back to us through vomiting Joseph Goebbels here, so we understand what actually went on. Is that what you're going for? We shouldn't believe our lying eyes and lying ears, right?
He didn't say Nathan was a scammer because he claimed science proved things. He said that he was scamming people because if there's ever a situation where he's come to find out that maybe he was wrong about something, instead of being honest and saying that I was wrong, he'll lie about it.
Ah, that's not right. No, he didn't. Let's see. Hopefully this is the scammers one.
Is when somebody tells you a lie and then you either point out that it's a lie or it's...
That's the wrong one. Sorry.
Forget what you've read. Science can't prove a thing. Understanding science, how science really works.
Wait a second. I think it might be the one. Let me hit this. I think I hit it earlier. Let's just reload. Hopefully no ads. Thank you.
Here's how you know you're being scammed. And let's think.
Yeah, here we go. Here's how you know you're being scammed.
Think back to what's happened over the last, 2 years. And when you're being scammed is when somebody tells you a lie, and then you either point out that it's a lie or it's clearly a lie, but they keep saying the same lie over and over again, right? That's how you
So what's the lie? And how did you correct that lie?
know you're being scammed. So back when Nathan Oakley kept saying things like science proves this, science proves, I like took him and said, Nathan,
Oh, that's the lie. So science proves things, right? That was the lie. You're caught again, liar. Not you, Jaron, the other dumbass liar. Witsit.
you know science doesn't prove anything, right? He's like, yes, it does. Science proves everything. Like,
Yeah, that was just made up too. We already went over that with him. Good Lord, sir. So the scamming from Jaron, he's calling Nathan a scammer because Nathan's saying that science proves things. He's saying that science does it. And because he said it to Nathan, then that means Nathan's lying. It's a fucking train wreck. And we caught you lying again.
no, science can't prove anything. It's impossible because you don't have all the parameters. He wanted to argue with me about it. So they keep perpetrating or perpetuating
Speak much?
this lie.
What's
So,
the lie?
To me, you're being scammed. Why? When you've pointed out, look, if we search right here, I'm just going to search. Does science prove things?
That's the lie. Science proves things as the lie, so you're through. Busted. Where are you? Sorry, here we go.
and never admit he was wrong. And because
Why would Nathan have to admit he was wrong? He wasn't wrong.
he thinks that he makes his money by
He thinks he makes his money by what?
never being wrong, and they're
So Jaron thinks FE makes their money by never being wrong. What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. He didn't say that. Why would he say that? It's stupid. You just made it up. Fucking planet are you on, dude?
undefeated. So if you're making your money,
Oh, the undefeated. That's the real problem. Yeah. FED is undefeated. That's correct. Yeah, that's the real problem. That's the problem that they have underlying. It's a Pavlovian slip. Right? They're all butthurt. That's all this really comes down to. It's a second grade ego game. I pointed that out in my first presentation. He's just confirming it.
by lying, then
Did you, by what lie? You're getting close. You are over the time limit. So you said that we're lying. About what?
that's by definition scamming people. That's what Jaron was saying.
I don't know.
So you didn't support it. So guess what? You just lied. You can't make this stuff up, folks. That's how stupid he is. There you go. Thank you. Got any more?
I'm
really
saying
agree
that he's
with
a
that.
scammer because he thinks science proves
I
things.
don't really.
That's what he just said. He said he was scamming because science proves things. Do you want to listen to it again?
agree with that. I mean, when it comes to, let's say, with you
Yeah, you shouldn't agree with it. Because you heard him say it just like we listened to it just now.
guys,
Duh.
with GoBusters, like you say, the ether cannot be scientifically, because you know, it's not science. But Bob says it is science. You guys are kind of contradicting each other, but which one do we choose now? Does
Right.
the
Well,
ether?
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Can we call you guys a scammer now for that?
Yes. Yeah, they're contradicting each other. Yes.
No, because
No. No. Because why?
Standards.
well, first of all, you guys say
Was it good faith?
or FED says plenty.
Look at Nancy with her panties in a bunch. FED says plenty. Oh, wow. That's why we love you. Your meticulous attention to excruciating detail. OCD-like. And bozo.
FED has bashed me for a month.
Bashed you for a month. No, you've contradicted yourself. We haven't bashed you. We just exposed your numpty dipshittery to everyone. And your butthurt Sally. That's all that's happening here.
So for FED to now be like, oh man, Jaron called me a name is
No, that's not a name. When you call somebody a scammer, that's not name calling. That's a charge, you idiot. When somebody walks in and I say, hey, booger eater, that's name calling. If you call somebody a scammer, that's a charge. This fucking clown doesn't know the difference between charges, name calling, ad homs, and insults. That's how stupid he is. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an incoherent second grader. That's it. Look at, he's laughing at him. Hopefully.
Hilarious. They literally insulted me 10 people on every day.
They insulted you. Provide evidence. Support your claim right here. He's not going to do it, folks. Another baseless assertion.
Day for a month. Now someone else.
They did it every day for a month. They. Stereotype fallacy. Every day for. You sure it wasn't a month and 3 days? Or 25 days? Clown.
Else insults Nathan, and it's the end of the world.
He didn't insult him. He charged him. Scammers a charge, you fucking clown.
But that's not even the point, right? The point is.
Oh, that's not the point. What's the point?
That it just requires good faith, and they don't have.
Sorry, folks. I just choked. I should know better than to try to drink in between statements. We're back to the good faith, right? So, like I said, you know, they're time served, 7 years of reviewing NASA photos faithfully. So therefore, we need to accept all their horseshit. That's what he's trying. That's what he's running here. What a clown.
Have it, and Jaren's saying that if they are proven to be wrong, then they don't admit it. They just keep doubling down and even.
Yeah, doubling down and even what? And don't admit it. Okay, show where we were wrong, and then where we don't admit it. Simple. Just support your claim. It's friggin' well done, you village idiot. So guess what? Got it. Another baseless assertion. These are racking up. I'll tell you what, you're going for a world record in fallacies. By the time we're done here, no one's going to be able to touch you from what I'm seeing right here. Just to let you know.
Strawmanning and lying about my actions.
There you go. 2 more. Baseless assertions, is, unless you point them out. One sec. I'll mark them down because you're not going to do it. Let's see if he does.
Position, for example, so they can pretend that they were never wrong. And Austin Binks lights a.
So we can pretend they were never wrong. What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean pretend we were never wrong? Do you? He's got this thing in his mind or something. I think he sees that he's out of touch with reality. What the hell does that even mean? Who knows?
It's a wave when I said it's not a wave, and everything.
What? You said it was a wave. You know, your guns a-blazing argument that you came out with, you know, ether to the world that you're going to prove, that's your whole that's half of your damn claim. Did you forget about that? Let's check it out. Not that one. That one. You know, remember the guns a-blazing argument you came out of the gates with? That was half your point. Light had to be a wave, right? Because that's what the ether was there for. The medium? Member? You dumb fuck. So here we got Witsit. Like I said, guns blazing argument, ether argument. Here we go. We have electromagnetic waves. That's light in a vacuum. I got that from this statement down here that he used to support this statement. This is in brackets, folks. That means I put it in there. Okay, if you've never seen that before. That means the citer has put something in there. If it was parentheses, it's in the citation. I didn't do it. But I put that in there for good reason. Why? Because that's what he said down here to support this. But I digress. We have electromagnetic waves we can show, and it either has a medium ether that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the entire ether foundational argument right there. That's what he came out of the gate with. His example, I can shoot a laser that's light through a vacuum chamber and it gets to the other side. So what the hell are you talking about? This is what you're talking about, right? 10 days later, light is not a wave or a particle or a wave, train wrecking your entire guns ablazing argument in a contradiction that is so unspeakable and so stupid. I mean, Dumb and Dumber guys would be rolling on in the corner, dying from tear-jerking belly laugher syndrome. Then you went further, and then you said it's already there. That is the medium ether. It doesn't need a wave to move through it. Then what was all this? Oh, you're such a Mr. Magoo, you idiot. So, yeah, you said light was a wave. Implicitly. Laser light in a vacuum chamber. You see that? Electromagnetic waves in a vacuum. Yeah. See, you got your ass handed to you. You knew it. So 10 days later, you tried to change the friggin' script. Didn't work out too well for you, did it? Good Lord, you're numpty.
Everything that they said was for a month was a lie. That's
So
what I'm saying.
everything
It's
they
like-
said for a month was a lie. Reductio ad absurdum argument and another baseless assertion. You going to provide an example? Not a chance. Because he's making shit up.
And Globebusters is different, right? We have different opinions, bro. So, like, our vibe is totally different. We're not.
you Globe Dumpster's vibe. You mean Globe Dumpsters is putting out the vibe? What a friggin' moron. Goodness gracious.
like a cult of thought, right? So it's like
Cult of what? What did he say? Cult of what? Where are we at? Oh, 109. Hear that again.
and Globebusters is different, right? We have different opinions, bro. So like
Different. And what are the opinions? You're in a category here. Why are you talking about your opinions, which is subjective, when the entire topic is the nature of reality, which is objective? What are you doing wasting our time with an op-ed piece over at Globe Dumpsters? You lost your way, right? You're supposed to be leading this pack. What are you doing? Leading with your opinions? Who gives a shit about your opinions? What a dumb fuck. They've lost the plot. They lost it years ago. We're going to be dealing with that here in a few.
our vibe is totally different. We're not like a cult of thought, right? So it's like
I didn't catch that. I'm not cult of something. So it's the virtuous, righteous Globe Dumpsters versus the evil Fed scenario, right? Here he is, Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda minister.
talk about stuff live and disagree with it.
Talk about stuff live and disagree. Really? That doesn't happen on FED?
Bob will think this, Jane will think this. I've told Bob that I'm like, I don't think that ether is science.
You don't think ether is science? Don't you know it? Why would you need to think it? Again, just nonsensical bullshit.
Scientifically provable. Well, he uses the word science looser.
He uses the word science looser. Wait a second. Didn't just a little while ago you brought up the Socratic method? That's hypersemantical. Hypersemantics. Now Bob uses words looser, the antithesis of the Socratic method. Another contradiction. Simple. You're a clown. And now you're trying to cover for your boy. He uses it looser. Thanks for that.
Than just natural science.
Yeah.
Right? He's talking about the whole idea, not just
The whole idea of natural science. Yeah, the scientific method.
natural science. And so when he says the word prove, he uses it much looser.
Like I said, he's the translator for Globe Dumpsters Bob. The Joseph Goebbels of Globe Dumpsters Bob. So he's using this word looser too. So anytime Bob speaks, right, we have to call Witsit to figure out which terms Bob's using looser. This is a fucking clown show. And all the while, he's appealing to the Socratic method in the back. I mean, oh my God, man. What a clusterfuck of nonsensical bullshit. You actually believe this is convincing anyone of anything or someone of anything? What do you think you're doing here? Train wrecking yourself. You don't realize that because you're delusional. Unbelievable, folks.
He's talking about like logically prove it, meaning like
Logically prove it? Like what? Neither of you numpty dipshits would know what logic was if it landed on your faces, spun around, giggled, and whistled Dixie. I haven't heard any logic. I've heard the term logic thrown around. I just haven't heard any logic. You follow? I know you don't because you don't know what logic means. We're going to see that coming up here in spades here in a few.
well, I don't see. There's no other explanation.
So there's no other explanation. Explanation for what? You don't know what explanations are either. You don't know the difference between explanations and descriptions. You have no idea. That's going to be shown in spades too. Coming up.
This is the dichotomy or whatever. So he uses it more loose. I don't agree. I'm
Here we go again, using terms more loosely. Yep, that's the Socratic method, all right.
much more tactical without how I say it.
Why would you have to be tactical? Why? Truth isn't tactical. It's just truth. Right? I don't know, dude. What are you on? Some type of medication or something? You keep train wrecking. You don't even realize you're train wrecking yourself. Why? Because you're just making shit up. Right? That's what you're doing. You're talking out your ass. Everything you say, there's his ass. Right there, folks.
It. But Bob is not wrong when you take his good faith.
Bob is not wrong if you take his NASA photo review for 7 years faithfully. Yep. As long as you do that, as long as you take that into account, this numpty dipshit can get away with saying anything and doing anything. Right? Is that what you're selling? Do you think we're that stupid? That's what I know his subscribers are that stupid. And Globe Dumpster's subscribers are that stupid, yes. And his, which are the same. Right? This is a fiasco. Inside a carnival tent with fucking bozos.
To what he's saying, the merit of what he's saying, and that's what I do. That's what we do on Globebusters. FED is different. FED, they have to all agree.
What? First of all, we're dealing with agree situation again. Have you watched a recent show there? Clown fuck. I don't think you have. Because I'll tell you what, if FED panel members were armed, everyone would be dead, including the extended family members. They were sacrificed long ago. That's not even speaking to the after show when no one's around. It's knockout, drag-out fights. I'm serious. It pisses me off. I have to leave. It gets really bad. What the hell are you talking about? Just making shit up again. Yeah, the virtuous, Globe Dumpsters versus that evil Fed again, right? Idiot.
I used to defend it because I'm like, I understand that it's a debate show and you want to make sure you're all on the same page and blah, blah, blah.
On the same page with what? Another baseless assertion.
So it's whatever they want to do, right? But that's not what Globebusters is. Globebusters, we have different opinions and we talk through things and we're transparent. And I think that.
So they got opinions. What the hell are you talking about opinions for? You've lost your way. It's about the nature of reality, right? You're supposed to be leading the way, Globe Dumpsters, for the past 7 years. Take this to the community, the public. Right? To show how that you've been lied to. How are you doing that with your opinions? I don't get it. It doesn't connect. It's like feelings. He's a Nancy or something. I don't know. You've lost your way. So has Globe Dumpsters.
That's better. That's how you grow.
Oh,
right?
that's better. That's how you grow, man. In my open-toed sandals and fucking clowns.
So it's to each their own. If you want to hear someone all agree or you want to hear people disagree, it's up to you, right?
Again, back to the agree, disagree. It's... I don't know what to say to this. You make your own call, right? I'm not going to say anything. I think it's absolutely horrendous. Bullshit, right? He's giving the game away. They've lost the plot. They lost their way.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want you guys to come on and give your side of the story as well.
He's already, now wait a second. He's already given his side of the story. Dude, there's nearly 5 hours of his side of the story. Right? FED 1702 and FED 1724. He gives his side of the story. What are you talking about?
I mean, you don't just want to hear one person's side of a story.
There's he Jedi mind tricked you. There's not sides of the story. There's no sides. There's either truth, falsehoods, or the unexplained or unknown. That's it. There are no sides. Duh.
You actually want to have something to talk about that people can also.
But this isn't a conversation piece. If you want your feelings to be heard, go hire Dr. Phil. That's not why we're fucking here. Good God. Get your head out of your asses. You want to sit around, sing Kumbaya in your open-toed sandals and bad breath and love one another right now. There's a place and a time for that. That's not here. Why do I even have to say it? Fuck!
To give their side of the story.
Oh my
So
God.
that's what I said. That's why I invited Jaren as well to come, but he said he can't really come now and stuff, which is fine. I hope he can come in future. Obviously, I don't agree with a lot of things that Globusters does push, but you know, like I said, everybody has their own opinions. We would be very bored.
Here we go with opinions and feelings again. I don't know. You tell me, folks. Am I wrong? Unbelievable.
boring if we all had the same opinions.
Yeah.
Opinions. Got to hear their side. Got to let them talk. You know, got to let them get their feelings out. The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, well, like we like to.
Yeah,
kind
of course he agrees with him.
Even though sometimes we have to speculate, we want to try to figure.
So they're speculating now. So they're full of opinions over at Globe Dumpsters and speculating. So opinionated speculation. That's exactly what we need. Thanks. You lost the fucking plot.
Figure stuff out, right? And so we're not on there like trying to debate Globers and make sure that we don't.
Oh, you could bet that shit. Yeah, because you get your asses handed to you. Right? That's not Globe Dumpsters' deal. Yeah, that's right. Because that's what would happen. Maybe sporadically through the years, even having watched your dumbasses for about 5 or 6 years now, I know that there's no ballers going on there. Not on that show. Nope, it's just NASA photos and dumbass shit and opinions and speculations, right? Yeah, that won't happen. Now, credit where credit is due. I'm not talking about you personally, because you've gone out there against the ballers. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Globe Dumpsters proper, what you brought up.
Don't make any claims. We want to like figure out what's going on.
You want to figure out what's going on with opinions and speculations. How are you going to do that? Show that method on your next show.
And so we don't just say the necessary antecedent to gas pressure is a container. We're like, I wonder what the container is, right?
You wonder what the container. So you got speculation, opinionated speculation wonderings. What the fuck? You wonder what the container is? If it was made of fucking chocolate cupcakes, what difference would it make? It's still a container, right? Listen. Let me get your attention here. Let's deal with this now. The entire world has been hoodwinked for hundreds of years to believe they live on a fairy tale spinning monkey ball, whirling its way through an endless vacuum by speculating wonders. You know, masquerading as scientists. How many people have lived and died believing this horse shit, who some are now at the feet of the Creator giving account? How many of you think that is? Now we have Globe Dumpsters, purportedly the leaders of the flat earth, charged with taking the case for the flat earth to the public. And what do we have after 7 years? Wondering, opinionated speculations. You're relieved. For cause. Neolithic incompetence. Do you hear that? Your charter's been revoked. Get the fuck out. Now. Not in a minute, not in a day, not in a month. Right fucking now. We've had it. Get the fuck out. The clown show goes on Netflix in front of millions presenting the flat earth case and makes complete horses' asses out of themselves. Intentionally or unintentionally. I'm not speaking to any of that. It makes no difference to me. I don't deal with divining intents of friggin' crayon munchers. I don't do that. That's none of my business. I only deal with the words that come out of their incoherent blowholes. Right? That's all you can deal with. They not only shamefully embarrass themselves by their actions, they sacrifice and shamefully embarrassed every single flat earther, past and present. You know they have. Now, what do we got being pushed by the globe dumpster fires? The fairy tale, wondering, opinionated speculation, ether. That's what we got. Whose actual author is a dumb fuck Glober, the tattooed Jabba the Hutt, Uncle Fester fuckwit Ken Wheeler. Get the fuck out! Get out! That's it, you're relieved! If you don't leave, and I mean right fucking now, sunshines, I'm making it my personal mission in fucking life to rip you out by the roots. It's not going to be hard. I should have done it at the beginning of 2017 when I wanted to, but I didn't do it. That's my cross to bear. Nobody else's. Mine alone. And you weaseling, open-toed, sandaled kumbaya rats hanging on those diseased globe dumpsters' roots and defending them, the aiming reticle will widen to envelop you. Are we clear? Absolute fiasco. Absolute embarrassment. You're done. You're relieved. Get the fuck out.
Right? I mean, it's just speculation, but that's what we want.
There we go. Speculation. That's what we need. Speculation. Yep. It's what got us into the fucking mess in the first place.
To do. We don't have, Effie's not my dad, right? Effie doesn't.
Effie's not your dad. What the fuck does that mean?
Or FED, it doesn't get to tell me.
FED's not your dad. Profound.
Oh, don't talk about this or that. Like, don't talk about the ether and no, and yeah.
What? Nobody. I can say this confidently. Nobody from FED ever said those words to you, either in text or voice. Never. You just made that shit up. You're a fucking liar. Prove me wrong. On your next show, we want the video or an audio of anyone from FED making that statement. You won't be able to show because it never fucking happened. You're a liar. Baseless assertion, by the way.
It doesn't you can't use natural science to prove the ether. That's what I think.
Wait a second. You're putting the horse before the cart. The opposite way around. There's no science with you. You have to establish the existence of something before you can get anywhere in the vicinity of the scientific method or natural science. So you're in a category error. First, prove its existence. Then, perhaps, maybe, if it causes something in the natural world, then we can discuss the scientific validity of it. Not until then. I mean, duh. This is so stupid. Why do I even have to do this? You guys tell me why.
Because it's not materially accessible, right? So we can't physically manipulate it. So we can't use natural science to prove it.
It doesn't have anything to do with natural science to begin. You haven't proved its existence first, you clown fuck.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Yeah. So you agree with who?
So why would I get bashed for a month when I say
When you say what?
It can't be proven with science.
You didn't get bashed for a month for that. You dumbass cracker. You got bashed for contradicting yourself with every breath and committing logical fallacies left. They're just falling out of your pockets. That's why you got bashed. You didn't get bashed for it not being science. He's just making shit up, folks. That's another baseless assertion. Go ahead and prove that on your next show. We want the audio. Unbelievable. Like dealing with my sister's kids.
And then they just go, what's the hypothesis?
And then they just go, that's a stereotype fallacy. Put that in your next presentation too, where they just go. Stereotype fallacy.
I said it wasn't science.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You said it wasn't. Yeah, I know. You said it a number of times. We already known that. If it wasn't science, Crayon Muncher, then why did you proffer a scientific hypothesis with a dependent, independent variable? That were a train wreck, by the way. But you proffered it. So if it's not science, why did you voluntarily proffer that? Huh? Crayon Muncher. Let's take a listen.
Not to the theory yet, Witsit. We got to do the hypothesis, but we need an observed phenomenon before we can do that. So observed phenomenon, please.
Magnetism.
Okay. Dependent variable.
Really?
Magnetism.
The manipulation of electrical current.
So
Wait a second.
just one at a time. Dependent
Sounds
variable.
electrical.
What's the phenomenon?
I just said magnetism. Oakley, catch up.
So magnetism is the dependent variable.
We're going to establish with science the cause of magnetism then.
You're getting there. Introduction of electrical current. IV.
Introduction of electrical current. Now, the first point, remember he said it wasn't science? Then why did he just give a hypothesis if it's not science? Contradicting himself yet again. You're one dizzy motherfucker, man. I swear to you. Contradicting yourself every other breath. You're just stupid, right? And that hypothesis is also stupid. He compromised himself. He doesn't have a fucking clue what magnetism is. Electromagnetism, electrostatics, static electricity. He's fucking clueless. Did you hear his dependent variable? Magnetism, electric current, IV, the cause. I got a fucking magnet out on my refrigerator. Can you show me where the plug is? Dumb fuck. That's what I'm talking about, folks. They're pretender. They're frauds. That's the only thing you can come up with. Fraud. That's a charge. You're frauds. It's a performance assessment. An evaluation of your performance. You're frauds. Well done. You got an answer for that by chance. Next show. Why did you give a hypothesis when you said it wasn't science?
Sorry. Electrical current or magnet? I just said one at a time with the dependent variable of phenomena. You stopped me in my tracks and then said magnetism. You want another try? Do you want to take back magnetism and replace it with what now?
He's just so lost. So the dependent variable is...
He's not lost. You fucking clown. Unbelievable. He got his little friggin' smirks and comebacks when he's train wrecking himself. Just like a 2-year-old. Fucking clown.
Magnetism. The independent variable is the introduction of electrical current.
And you just smashed yourself in the face with a spade shovel yet again, like I just told you. Unbelievable. Isn't that your side of the house? Magnetism, electromagnetism. You'd think you know that. This is what you do, subscribers. Ask them to define those terms. Him and fuckwit Bob and idiot Jaron. Ask them, make them define those terms. Why are you letting them get away with it? They can't do it. They won't be able to do it. Idiots.
So if electrical current, then magnetism.
If electrical current, my magnet will stick to my refrigerator. Fucking retards.
That's right. You can manipulate.
That's right. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the fuckwit of the century. Oh, by the way, I haven't lost focus on the topic. Why are you giving a hypothesis when you said this wasn't science? Doesn't matter anyway. You're finished.
What he's actually saying is.
Oh, what he's actually saying, because I can't read.
No, we would think.
He's
Of
actually.
course,
Oh,
science is going to say they
Tell
prove
us
things.
what you're
Sorry
actually
about that,
saying,
guys.
don't you, Bob? This child's come to tell us
where
what
are
Bob
you?
Nodell's at.
Sorry about that, folks.
Saying?
Yeah,
So
if
like
you're
that
not
seems
claiming
weird to me. It
science,
seems
you're
distant.
not claiming it's science, then you can't. Then I think it's
If he's not claiming it's science, he wouldn't have gave a hypothesis. Make sense?
Then straw man to get already
Not a straw man. He gave the hypothesis.
there and get quizzed on science. Then if you're not.
He wasn't getting quizzed on science. You didn't watch or listen to 1702 or 1724. I know that already. If you did, that's really scary.
Claim it's science. I mean, I get this all the time from the Globe side as well,
Who gives a shit about Globers?
where they're saying if I talk about the horizon or something or perspective, and they're trying to ask me, okay, where's your experiment? And you're like, where? We don't ever claim science for it. It's the same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
It's the same thing. He gave the hypothesis, though. After he said it wasn't science, why'd he do that? That's the question. Doesn't make sense, does it? It's non sequitur. I forgot to mark that one down. Got you now.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's effectively
Non sequiturs are annoying.
a straw man, right? So
It's a straw man. What's the straw man? See if he says it.
I think that's what frustrated
Look at how. Are you something? This is bizarre. Did you see that? I just looked over. Hold on a second. Go back a little bit. Watch this weasel.
Experiment, and you're like, where? We don't ever claim science for it. It's the same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's effectively a straw man, right? So I think that's what frustrated me so much. You know, we don't have to get into all the details.
What the fuck, dude? He got Tourette's. I think he's medicated, man. I do. I'm just speculating, though. Sorry about that. This is some strange ass behavior, though. His nonverbal communications, it's fucking creepy. It's gonna get worse.
Details about that, right? Because like I said, you didn't do anything to me, whatever. But yeah, they started off with me being.
They started off with that is a stereotype fallacy.
Asked my opinion about the ether.
Wait a second. You're talking about FED members asked your opinion of the ether? You sure about that?
And I was like, okay, well, my opinion is that there's a background media.
Fucking liar. No FED member asked you about your fuckwit opinion on anything. That never happened. And you never said, my opinion is this. That never happened. You're a liar. That's getting marked down. They're starting to pile up there too, brother. Let's see.
Yeah,
is that logical?
What we call. Oh, Witsit's here. Why don't you ask Witsit? Go ahead.
Oh, Witsit's here.
Witsit's here. Go ahead, Nate.
Hello, Witsit.
What's up? I'm driving, so I don't know how I sound, but how's it going?
We're getting into an argument about ether. This complete.
Remember, we're searching for where FED members asked for his opinion, and he said, well, this is my opinion. Those two things. Don't lose focus now. Get the Adderall drip out.
Or shit that a load of flat earthers believe in, and apparently you believe in it.
I say that either there's nothing there or there's something there. So, call it whatever you want.
Oh, how beautifully vague. Either something's there or nothing's there. Well, which is it?
That doesn't sound mystical at
Nothing
all.
cannot exist. Well, nothing cannot exist, so.
Schrodinger's cat.
Sorry, nothing
It's
does
not
not
there until
exist.
observed.
Nothing does
Well,
not
there's a
exist,
difference
so
between
nothing does
nothing
exist.
and no thing. So
Hold on, die
that's what I
slow.
was
Die slow.
extrapolating.
Die slow. Thank you. Right. Nothing does not exist. Is that what I heard?
Nothing is a concept.
Yeah, like
Die slow. That's the second time. You're not Witsit.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
What after you introduce Witsit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I might, like I said, I might lose service, but yeah, I'm just saying that say you have a quote unquote vacuum. There's obviously a few high atoms in there, whatever you want to call it, but the idea that there's nothing there is incoherent. So I don't agree with people making claims about ether and exactly what it is, and even the name. But
He doesn't agree with people making claims about the ether, even the name ether, but that's what he's been doing for 2 months. You can't make this shit up. Oh, we're still listening for FED asking you for your opinion, or you unsolicited offering your opinion.
But I would say logically, there's a background medium. It seems to be an antecedent for propagation.
Background medium. Okay. So background as in behind other ground.
Yeah, just like the background medium, effectively. Like, say if you have vacuum energy, quote unquote, like what's the energy within? You know, I mean, I would say you can't prove it necessarily, but I would just say it's an antecedent in my assessment. Meaning, like if you have something propagating, something has to sustain the propagation or the energy. So I would call it a medium,
you can't
like
prove
a background
it, but
medium.
it's an antecedent. Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what is it?
Yeah, you can ignore the question, but you're not answering the question.
Still yet to hear any FED member ask you for your opinion, or you to proffer your unsolicited opinion. Liar.
I
You can
agree with
ignore the
Witsit.
question.
You agree with, you would. You're another dumbass.
If you look at the greats, the heavy sides,
Oh, here we go with the name dropping.
the Planck, Maxwell,
Maxwell was debunked as soon as a single photon appeared on a photographic plate. He vaporized. Of course, you don't believe that shit, right? Fucking idiot.
all of their magnetic discoveries on magnetism always were built on the foundation of something to allow the propagation.
Propagation of what?
Whether we call it ether or something else,
We got propagating ether.
it's the same as a wave on water.
Uh-oh, water waves. Are you talking about light?
That wave cannot transfer unless there was the liquid water in the first place to allow the energy to transfer through the liquid.
Yep, there you go. Still waiting on the opinions.
So it's the same. We're observing wave-like and particle-like tendencies.
There you go. He's talking about light. Wave like a particle like her.
And for those things to be observed, like Witsit put it eloquently, there has to be some kind of a substrata or a background medium.
Right. He heard him. I stopped. Did you hear that? Just before this, right? Flat Earth Solar heard what friggin' Witsit said. That he needed a background medium for wave propagation. Guess what those waves are? Light. And then he says light's not a wave. Can't make this shit up, folks.
To which that
I got a question for Witsit. Does he accept the presupposition of the vacuum of space?
No, of course not. I'm not a psycho.
Do you substitute
Okay,
it with
so-
ether?
I would say you can't not have a background. Like I don't like flat earthers that say ether and pretend that they have it defined and know exactly what it is. But I just leave it open-ended. Like the necessary antecedent to gas pressure is a container. But when someone says, "Well, what's the container made of? Where's it at? Can you bottle the container up for me?" No, I just know the antecedent to gas pressure is a container. I know the antecedent to propagation is a medium to sustain the propagation. So.
We train wrecked that belly laugh and false comparison on BALLBUSTERS, by the way. If you just got Jedi mind tricked, yeah, that was pretty feeble on his part. He's a fucking clown. We're still waiting for those opinions though. Haven't heard any FED members ask you for your opinion on anything. How far we have to go?
So that's kind of where I am. And ironically, heliocentrism is actually what did away with that, because like electrical field theory kind of knew you had to have something sustain it. And then the philosophical devotion to heliocentrism is why it was.
That's a great story. Let me just clue you folks so we can move on. No FED panel member asked him for his opinion, and he never offered one. So that's 2 fucking lies. Right there, clown. He's just he's attempting to rewrite history. Like I said, he's an incoherent Joseph Goebbels. Globe Dumpsters Joseph Goebbels, propaganda minister. Right? And makes shit up after the fact. He just conjures it. No wonder there's so many contradictions, because he doesn't care. Right? Hold on. He doesn't care that he contradicts himself. You know why? They got the numbers. In his mind, they got the numbers. They got the subscribers, right? So, and they know for an absolute fact that their subscribers are dumbasses. So they're not concerned with it at all. We can bring it out many times. It isn't going to phase them, right? It's the same thing the scientists do. They got the numbers already, right? Doesn't matter how many times I come out and show where systematically the evotard's being wrong through biochemistry, through irreducible complexity. I can go as complex as it doesn't matter what I say, because I'm going to get drowned out by the 99.999% that they are already friggin' flummoxed. They already got them Jedi mind tricked. They know it. They don't have to worry. They can contradict themselves with every other statement like they do, but they don't care because they're covered with the numbers. Same exact fucking thing these idiots are doing. Get out! Liar.
Electromagnetic.
Oh, by the way, that's 7 lies. We're not done yet.
Propagation, right? And like,
what's electromagnetic propagation? What is that? He never gets detailed, right? He'll train wreck himself with examples, right? Like he did before, talking about a laser in a vacuum, right? He thinks he's clever. He's a fuckwit.
But I'm like, it can't be science. It's not. You can't.
That can't be science was never the question. The question is, prove its existence. Do I have to put this in Braille and shove it up your ass? How many times have we got to ask for this? Prove its existence first. We don't care that it's not science. You're always saying that. Yeah, you can't prove it by science. That's not our question. That's irrelevant. Prove its existence. Goodness gracious.
Can't scientifically prove it. I just consider it to be like a logical axiom, the way that I.
A logical axiom? What's a logical axiom? You don't know what fucking logic is. Take a look at what a logical axiom is. From planetmath, how appropriate, .org. Hope you guys can see this. It's really small for me, too. If I make it any bigger, it'll screw up. So you can take my word for it. In a logical system, a logical axiom, sometimes called an axiom for short, is a logically valid, well-formed formula used in a deductive system, particularly an axiom system. Isn't that redundant? I digress. To deduce other logically valid formulas. By a logically valid formula, we mean the formula is true in every interpretation of the logical system. For example, in the classical first-order logic with equality, the formula x equals x may be considered a logical axiom since it's true in every model. Similarly, the formula for if all of x, the formula A is true, this one, if all the formula x, A is true, then A over xy is therefore true. So, Mr. Logical Axiom, we want the formula for the ether. Next show. All right. Yeah, don't hold your breath. You don't know what a fucking logical axiom is. You're a clown.
I see it, and it's my opinion, right? And it's speculation.
It's back to opinions and speculations again. That's what we need. That's what we need to take it to the public. Opinions and speculations. The same thing that got us in the fucking mess in the first place. You're part of the problem, not the cure.
Speculation and still for clicks and drama. And they had to run around.
For clicks and drama, now he's going to divine the intent of a stereotype fallacy. Unfucking believe. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Stereotype. Appeal to motive and intent. This is scary, folks. I mean, really scary. But he doesn't care. He knows the subscribers and all the people that are listening to him are dumber than he is. He knows that for sure. I'm embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for this whole situation. If you're not, then you need to get the fuck out.
Saying that I was claiming that you could scientifically prove it. And
no one said that you claimed that you can scientifically prove it. Let's hear it. And by the way, why did you give a hypothesis for it? Do you think you got confused in what they were asking for? Perhaps. I don't think so. You gave the hypothesis for it, so it's all just a jungled, convoluted mess of contradictions.
And then, I don't know, I think it's lame.
Oh, that's great. Profound. You're lame? Yeah, it's megalithic fathoms below it.
Yeah. No, like I said, that's why I said we all have to talk about it. That's why I said we actually all have to just actually talk together and actually work out a difference, because at the moment, this whole thing is...
Here we go. Talk together. Everyone's feelings. Let's get everyone's opinions. Everyone must be heard. Everyone gets a trophy. Right? What do you got? Smoking shrooms. You're in the wrong genre. Go back to your cake decorating forums or whose favorite color is the best for. Go back there. Get the fuck out. You're part of the problem.
Tearing the whole FED community apart.
There is no FED community. There is no. Where's the community at? Give me the address. Give me the phone number. I want to call them. It's all in your head. It's dreamland fantasy.
And we're just ignoring the actual reason we're here. I mean, look at the Globers. They're having a field day.
Look at the Why would we need to look at the Globers? They've been vanquished since 2016. Why do we need to look at them? Officially, December 1st or January 1st, 2020, they're finished. You still want to talk to Globers? Why? I don't get it. Who gives a shit about that? Now, teach the new people. That's what we're here for. To teach the new people the actual sound arguments. There's not that many. It's really easy. Right? Go to my website. They're all listed there for you. With all the sub-information listed below. Systematically. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, 5, 6. It's already there. Fucking Globers. Who gives a shit about those idiots?
Day of this, because all that's happening, they're getting pushed to the side now. And it's just the ether wars, you can say.
The ether wars? What's ether? What, like invisible luminescent gerbil wars? Is that what you mean? I hope you're not Jedi mind tricked by all this. I really hope that's not the case and you're just doing this, to expose them. I hope that's the case.
Which I don't really see the reason for it. Like I said, I don't agree with the things like...
Back to agree and disagree. The subjective.
With Jaren pushing, because it's kind of new age stuff and it goes against my belief system and stuff, but I'm just open about that. I'm not going to actually go and bash Jaren about it. It's his beliefs. It's new age, it's his stuff. It's got nothing to do with me though. But I am still going to share my opinion, but why do we have to fight over it instead of concentrating on...
Here we go again with opinions, subjectivity.
All you have to do in the first place, and that's just carry on showing the people, listen here, you've been lied to your whole life about the globe. This is the reason.
That's true. That's going to go on.
But instead, all we're doing lately is just...
No, we can do, it's not one or the other. Right? We can do both. They'll continue on FED teaching. Right? I'll take care of the rest. globe dumpsters. There's a reckoning coming. You better get out.
FED this, Globebusters this. FED this, Globebusters this. It's like, you know, it's like a crazy little house in-house fighting. What do
They were never in our house. Never. All they want to do was wonder and opinions and speculations. That's not our house. Is that your house? If it is, you got big problems.
Where's it getting us? It's getting us nowhere. It's just literally...
It's going to get us somewhere. They're dug in like Alabama ticks, right? Now, I'm going to get in there and root that fucking disease out, right? It should have been done a long time ago, but I'm going to do it now. Because you can't move forward fucking walking around with diseased roots. Duh.
separating two groups where we all know if you're together, you're going to make a much stronger, coherent
Yeah, sure.
community to go against the huge consensus of indoctrination being placed upon us.
That was their charge in the beginning, wasn't it? Didn't seem to happen. Maybe because of all the wandering, opinionated speculations was holding them up. Clowns.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I tried to bridge the gap, bro. I don't know if you know the history, but Globebusters and FED has a history for years, I guess, long before I was on there. And I bridged the gap. I was the peacekeeper. I went to Nathan. I went to...
What are you keeping the peace from? Or to? What peace? We weren't even paying attention to you knuckle jaggers. For the most part. I know a lot of people want to just stopped watching Globebusters 5 years ago. Don't really care. Every now and again, something would come out. Somebody would post a video, and that would happen. Other than that, we just figured you'd stay in your lane of reviewing NASA photos and wondering opinionated speculations. We didn't really care. Right? Until you started coming out mindlessly parroting that fuckwit Ken Wheeler's ether horse shit. Right? From Bob. Globe Dumpsters Bob. Right? You're leading that charge. It's your undoing.
QE, I went to the FED panel, I went to Jaron, I went to Bob, I went to Iru, I talked to everybody, I pulled everybody off the ledge, you know, I'm like
oh, it was no one on the ledge. If it was you guys. I was waiting there ready to mule kick you off. Clowns.
You know, it's better that we have somewhat of a unified front for flat Earth. You guys...
Unified front? What, a diseased unified front of wandering, opinionated speculations? I don't think so.
Have your lane, we have our lane.
Yeah, your lane. That's right. Over there evaluating NASA photos. Get the fuck back there. You stay back there with your NASA photos and your wandering speculations and your opinions, and you're fine. Just stay over there. We'll take care of the rest. Okay? Clown.
And I interacted with both people, right? Even though there was a history, I'd still go chill with QE. I'd still blah, blah, blah. So I tried that. And then I was like,
blah, 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 blah. What the fuck does that mean? These guys all do it, right? Da, 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 blah, 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 blah. Well, what? What? What are you in second grade? Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're making shit up.
When rebuked about electrostatics a couple years ago, I forgave Nathan.
What? You brought up electrostatics a couple years ago and you were rebuked by Nathan? I wasn't aware of that. I don't recall that. I'll have to ask him about that. I don't remember it. I would remember that. Are you lying again? I'm not going to mark that one down because I'm not for sure. Why would he do that? I know I wasn't there. Right? You wouldn't get rebuked by me for electrostatics. Fuck, I knew about electrostatics in junior high school. You don't know what it is. I had to show you what it was. Remember? Dumb fuck.
Then he did it again with the ether. He gave an apology, so I...
Apology? Why would he need to give you an apology? What, for your contradictions? You think Nathan should apologize to you for your contradictions and you forgive him? that what we got going on here?
I was like, okay, maybe I can forgive him again. I went back on his show to give him a chance to prove that his apology was sincere, and then he wouldn't let me speak any stronger.
He wouldn't let you speak. Number one, why would we apologize for your walking contradiction nightmare? That doesn't make any sense. What the hell are you talking about? Who knows?
Made me the whole time. And this is the problem.
They were muting you the whole. If they were muting you the whole time, then how did I get 3 hours of show out of your quotes? Where'd those come from? How'd I do that? Another contradiction. Can you provide evidence of that? Like I said, he hasn't supported anything, folks, the whole time, and he's not going to. Oh, he's going to try with one. It's going to be a belly laugher. It's coming up.
Problem that I had. What FED is doing, this is what Jaren's talking about when he says scammer. It's like what they do.
We already know what he means by scammer. We already listened to it. And folks already listened to the original. And then I replayed it. And then we just heard it over here. You want me to play it again? So you're going to circle jerk back to the same train wreck lie. Yeah, you are.
Do is when they're proven to maybe have misspoke a little bit instead
of if they have been proven, stereotype fallacy. If they have been misproven to maybe have misspoke a little bit, boy, that's rock solid. No weasel ground there. You're a clown. I'll bet you Harvard and Stanford Law are tripping over themselves trying to recruit your dumbass. My word.
Instead of being like, okay, fair enough, Jaren, we don't need to make this the definitive.
Fair enough, Jaren, for what? What did Jaren, did he say something that debunked us or something that we should say fair enough? I have no problem with it. What did he say?
Quantitative claim about 14.7 psi. And
oh my God, we're back on the fucking centigrade Celsius system. He's scatterbrained. You're a scatterbrained numpty. What the hell are you talking about?
This could we have to list the other control variables. So
you have to list the other control variables for what? That's not a hypothesis. What's the IV and the DV? You don't know what a hypothesis is. What's the IV and the DV of 200 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Celsius, 200 degrees Fahrenheit at 1 atmosphere of pressure? What's the IV and the DV? You moron.
You're right. We'll just say heat. Science proves heat causes water to boil.
Yeah, heat causes water to boil. That's what it was. Yes.
But they don't do that.
They don't do that. That was my hypothesis from the beginning. Betty, did you hear that? If Betty's out there, if she's not live, then she's probably sleeping. Then she'll hear it coming up tomorrow or the next day. It was Betty who brought it to me because the ballers were aggravating her. This was many years ago. Like I said, about 5 or 6 years ago. And she says, can you give me a hypothesis for him? I said, yeah, heat will cause water to boil. This guy says that I didn't do that with you 5 or 6 years ago. Fucking clown.
They've just been saying that the whole time. And, you know.
Saying what the whole time? The centigrade Celsius system. Temperature scale. You trying to debunk that again? Fucking moron.
Like it's the same thing with the photon. They were claiming.
Oh, here we go with the photon now. Scatterbrain Skeletor. Get back to your ether. Why are you here? Your ether. Ether. Not photons. My God.
The photon specifically, that photons exist, electrons exist. Blah, blah, blah.
There you go. Da, da, da. Photons exist, electrons. Yeah. Yeah, about 100 years ago. Are you lost? This is tantamount to walking in a courtroom, trying to prove bananas exist, and then bring up a debunking of transmission fluid. What the hell are you doing? I don't know. It's bizarre. So you don't think photons exist? Let's try this. Let's go back to 1981. I was a junior in high school. Hamamatsu Photonics. I'm going to have to stop this a couple times just in case they copyright strike me. So I'll just stop and say something and then we'll move on through it. All right. Here we go.
Violet light pass through a metal interference filter.
This is not an experiment. Cut them some slack. It's a demonstration. That's not the point, though. Listen up.
The light,
more importantly, watch.
Has a wavelength of 253.7 nanometers. It passes through a single slit to increase coherence and then goes through the double slits. We observe and record its behavior. Now we reduce the amount of light with neutral density filters.
That makes sense to everyone, right? To reduce the amount of light, you filter it. Everyone got it? This is one of those times I got to stop it.
The photon count is 100 per second. At this intensity, no more than one photon at a time will be in the test device. This is the light intensity region where we make our measurements.
So they were counting photons in 1981. Huh. Interesting.
The experiment has begun.
Not an experiment, folks. Just a demonstration. Open your eyes. Watch this.
The particles of light.
Particles of light? What the hell? Oh, by the way, as soon as you see this little strike, these little strikes right here, guess what happens to Newton and Maxwell? They vaporize instantly. Even though Newton first said that light was corpuscular, but I digress. Maxwell vaporizes completely. So what are these? Huh? These elephants on a fucking tilt-a-whirl spreading pixie dust?
That have passed through the slits appear on the monitor as small points. 3 minutes later, the behavior of the particles seems completely random. The experiment continues.
Not an experiment, folks. It's a demonstration. Everyone got it? No cause and effect here.
After 25 minutes, a pattern is emerging in the distribution of particles.
Particles? The hell you say, sir?
6 hours later, a fringe pattern has appeared.
Fringe pattern, interference pattern. Yeah.
Let's compare this pattern with the fringe pattern we obtained in our earlier experiment. They're exactly the same. Although we thought of the photons as individual particles, they formed interference fringes.
Interference fringes. There you go. There's the evidence for the photon. Right? There you go. My word.
Like they could prove it. And then once I called them out.
Called them out? You couldn't call out baby Huey. Called out. Give me a fucking break.
And I proved, I explained that you actually can't. Now.
What about that ether? Got some mic issues, don't you?
They're saying, oh, it's just a convention. It's just a concept. We don't really.
What's just a convention and what's just a concept? Those words never came out of my mouth. Another stereotype fallacy.
Think that. What?
Here we go again with the. What is that? Some type of Tourette's? You making shit up again?
pushing the photon, and it's in your description, and you know what I'm saying? So
The photon is in our description? What the hell does that mean? What? In FED's description is a photon? I don't get it. Somebody clarify that for me. Send me a message. I don't know. It's batshit insane.
I don't know. That's what's triggering. Well, I wouldn't say Jaren's triggered, but I think that's what made him respond to it. Right? Was just, it seems like you should be on.
Now you're on to Jaren. Jaren, what about Jaren? Like I said, he's scatterbrained. He's all over the place. We're just talking about photons. Was Jaren talking about photons? Did I miss that? What?
Honest instead of lying. If you feel like you have to always be right to make money.
If you feel that you always have to be right to make money. What the fuck is that? Did Jaren say that? Or are you off on another topic again? Or you're circle jerking back? I don't know. It's like a whirlwind of numpty dipshittery. I can't even follow it. Somebody get a dumb fuck translator in here. Good Lord, man.
And then you're lying to pretend you're always right. That's flirting.
You're lying to pretend you're always. I don't know if there's a fallacy name for that. What the hell are you talking about? It's inane gibberish. Can you provide evidence for that fucking gibberish? I want to see that. Fuck, it's not even coherent.
With a scam, right?
Don't you?
I admit we're wrong.
But don't you think it's also wrong from Jaren to call him a scammer, though? I mean, Jaren.
Is it wrong for no? Not after Oakley bashes every one of us.
What do you mean bashes you? You did it yourself. You contradicted yourself greater than 30 times. And like I said, you have enough logical fallacies to cover a small New Hampshire town. What the hell are you talking about? Can you provide an example to support your village idiocy? Yeah, we'll be waiting a long time for that.
For like a month straight.
So it's okay.
So that justifies Jaren calling Nathan a scammer. Well, that's a charge, by the way. Remember, that's not name calling. But you don't understand that, though.
You call someone a scammer because they're bashing your arguments as well. That, to me,
No,
that's
he's not
not
bashing
really a
arguments. He
reason to
bashes
call
us.
someone a scammer, though. I mean,
Did you understand why though? Do you understand
yeah,
why?
you just explained.
Yeah, we understood why. We played it over again. Because Nathan says science proves things. And Jaren said science doesn't prove things and went through his pseudoscience walk through the Garden of Idiots. What does that prove? Nothing.
But like I'm saying,
That he's a moron. That's about it. Jaren, like
still doesn't
you.
give him a reason to call him a scammer because he's not scamming people out of their money. It's his livelihood, which is Jaren is messing with. And I think you'd also be very defensive if someone had to go against your livelihood and call you a scammer.
Well, I could say the same thing. Nathan's going against my livelihood by posting all the YouTube shorts.
Look at this flailing idiot. What the fuck, dude? What a Nancy. Like I said, Nancy here got her panties in a bunch because he train wrecked himself publicly. Now he's trying to go back and rewrite history, playing the victim card. Oh, poor me. Right? Fucking clown.
Shorts and saying I'm so
Look
stupid
at him.
and so wrong about
Look at him flailing around. I'm shocked one of his arms doesn't fall off. Did you get that bologna sandwich with cheese and extra mayo yet? Make it 3.
I think, and you shouldn't listen to him. He's an idiot. And oh, that's my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Like
What the hell are you on about? Who knows? Just making shit up.
reason he said scammer is because this is
The reason he said scammer. Now, here comes the Joseph Goebbels translation from Jaren. Because we need Witsit here so we can understand what Jaren clearly said. That's why we need this fucking idiot. This is pathetic. If there's a worse word, lower than pathetic, I don't think it could even describe it. It's going to get worse. if you can believe it. Just wait.
The thing, FED intentionally went and lied. for a month.
FED intentionally went. That's appeal to motive or intent fallacy. And what did they lie about?
Straight. They said things I didn't say. They took stuff out of context.
2,
Then I went on there. They wouldn't let me talk. And
3. That's 3 baseless assertions. Sorry, I got to stop it, folks. I got to write these down and mark them down. Yeah, and you have evidence of this, because I'll erase them if you got evidence for that.
beat me up 5v1, straw manning me. Like, worse.
There's another one. Okay, what's your evidence of that? Of all the nonsense you just made up?
Worse than Globers. Hands down. Worse
Oh,
than
we
Globers.
got
And
now
to
we
this
got to compare them to Globers. See what he's trying to do here, folks. It's pathetic.
day, they're still pretending that they dominated me intellectually.
They still pretended we dominated. My cat's litter box can dominate you intellectually. All I need to do is put my cat's litter box up there, have you start out. You're going to contradict yourself maybe 3 to 5 times in the first minute. And my cat litter box wins by default. You're a retard. Fur.
And they haven't argued against any of my actual arguments. Like, QB1 is...
What do you mean we haven't argued against your actual... There was 5 hours of your actual arguments. You're so delusional. Do you think that the debate with Nathan didn't happen? Is that where we're at? Those were your actual arguments. I printed them out. Verbatim. Word for word. It was tedious, but I did it. It's all on BALLBUSTERS. They can go back and do it. We're going to take another look here in a couple minutes at it, because you're gonna train wreck yourself a number of times.
As far as to take sarcastic comments. So at one point I was like, oh, science doesn't prove things. Or I was like, oh, it's not a scientific experiment because it has a man-made device. I was being sarcastic, making...
Oh, you were being sarcastic.
Fun of how stupid that is, right?
Oh, sarcastic, and you were joking when you said that. Really? Joseph. Well, let's take a listen.
Right.
But you can put something into a Van de Graaff generator, which is outside the natural world.
So this is about man-made devices. Like, I've been teaching on this for 7 years, that there's man-made devices in every experiment. Well, duh, right? The issue is the dependent variable, that is the effect, has to be natural. It can't be man-made, because your IV will always be man, right? The effect, the cause of the effect, man. If man made it, man's the cause. You get it? Right? So listen to this. He said he was being sarcastic. Let's see if he's being sarcastic.
Yeah, it's outside the natural world, but what does that mean? That we can only use things in the natural world?
No, you're just a dumb fuck. Didn't I tell you to shut the fuck up before? You don't listen very well, do you? I can't shut him up, folks. Sorry.
To test things? What is that talking? So temperature is gone. There's no such thing as temperature anymore. How are you going to measure the temperature of something if we...
Well, he's denied temperature.
We can't use something outside the natural world. Where do you get temperature from?
Kinetic energy. We measure it using a thermometer that's calibrated on the centigrade Celsius system.
Do we just throw a tree inside the water and then the tree...
That's probably what you do.
Reads back the temperature or something? I don't really know how we're supposed to do anything.
Yes, the tree reads it back. It announces it on a loudspeaker. Okay, so here we go. Listen, let's see if he's being sarcastic and he's joking. Jokes.
Can't do any experiments with man-made devices.
No, none.
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, you're not saying
that.
So you can't do any experiments with man-made devices. That's what he's charging Brian with. He's saying Brian's saying that, but Brian would never say that. By the way, that doesn't look like sarcasm or sounded like sarcasm to me. Clown.
You don't have...
Oh, you see the little head bob, too. That's not sarcasm. That's not body language of sarcasm there, friend. You're screwed. You just lied again.
A natural phenomenon. You have iron filings and hairs in a Van de Graaff generator, and when you turn it on and you mess with it, it causes them to levitate a bit.
Yes.
But in reality, we don't see that.
What?
Yeah, we
We're not
do.
seeing
I
that.
just now
So
gave you
there's no natural phenomenon.
So you do see that. Does this sound like sarcasm to you, or he's defending his position? You're finished. You're a fucking liar. Another one. We'll let it go. I think you do it again.
I mean, it's just it's sad that this is what it's devolved to.
Shut the fuck up.
Because you think as flat earthers we would like refine our arguments. Okay, you're right. You're making sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
You think as flat earthers would probably stay away from wandering, opinionated speculations. One would think that, wouldn't they? Fucking bozo.
We change the way I say it. Not just stand and in dogma and be like, no.
You don't know what dogma is.
This is because we've already said no, we're not going to see the truth of this matter.
Because we've already said no, we're not going to see the truth of this matter. I'm sorry. I already dealt with you. Sorry about that. Shut the fuck up.
I was trying to find where he...
Let's see if there's any sarcasm, right? Or jokes. He was just pretending, right? Mickey, you listening to this? Chocolate. You're busted. You're just doubling down. You're just pouring more coals on your head by feebly attempting to rewrite history. When I got the history at my fingertips, everyone does.
Brings up my
so your claim
super
therefore
chat,
is that you can't do any type of science if you...
See, your claim therefore is you can't do any type of science if what?
You have to use a man-made device.
If you have to use a man-made device. Yeah. So this is sarcasm.
Well, I'm going to come up over here past ridiculous.
Yeah, he didn't say that. You're strawmanning him. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Liar getting caught again. Set.
And I said it like that. He takes that out and then puts it as if it's my claim in his presentation to talk about how stupid I am.
Yeah, you are stupid, and you just get busted lying again. Thank you, by the way.
And I was literally talking about how stupid of a claim that was.
That didn't sound like it was you were claiming it was stupid or sarcasm. Sure didn't sound like it to me. Not anywhere close. You're busted. Again.
You know what I'm saying? That's like...
You see what it's saying? No, we don't. You're busted. That's what we see you saying. Clown fuck.
That's like blatantly dishonest stuff.
Oh, that's blatant. His lie is blatantly dishonest stuff on our part. And next we're going to have to apologize to you for your contradictions. That's where we're at, folks.
And no one addressed my actual arguments to this
Yeah, we addressed your actual arguments. It's a couple ball busters before. Yeah.
day. Like, I have a paragraph right here that just refutes the idea of the photoelectric effect.
Now Mr. Scatterbrain is on the photoelectric effect. What the fuck is next? Football bats? It's like I got the fucking abacus, right? Spin around an abacus, figure out where you're going next. You're delusional. This is a belly laugher, folks. Watch this.
Proves the photon. That's what they've been claiming. I used Cambridge University quantum mechanics.
Cambridge University. Where's that? Do you mean Cambridge? Is that what you mean? Can't even pronounce it. He's a fucking retard.
Paradigm itself saying that's not true.
So the photoelectric effect is not true. Yeah, denying the photoelectric effect, huh? Hey, Cram Muncher, the photoelectric effect is the bedrock foundation of semiconductor-based photodiodes. You clown. The entire fiber optics telecommunication industry. Solar cells. Do you get it? Light, electricity, the light part, right? Photo, electricity, solar cells. Spectroscopy. Ring a bell? Not spectrochocoloscopy, not what they do with their horse shit. I'm talking about actual spectroscopy. All of radiology is based on the photoelectric effect. All of it. Digital photography? So he's not only trying to debunk the centigrade Celsius system, but all those technologies and industries. You can't make this stuff up, man. He's delusional beyond clinical level Dunning-Kruger retard. Watch this. Watch this display.
Anyone respond to that? No.
No, why would we? Have you got any video of you guys, you open-toed sandaled idiots picketing, Texas Instruments, Advanced Micro Devices, Broadcom, all those guys? Yeah, I need to see that. Right? Based on quantum mechanics, you think it's a fairy tale and the photoelectric effect. Remember I asked you for that. We want to see you guys out there picketing.
I would like to find out something from you, though, because you said quantum mechanics is bogus, right? You don't agree with quantum mechanics. Is that just Bob and them, though?
The interpretations.
Interpretations? What interpretations? Quantum mechanics has nothing to do with interpretations. Nothing. It's actual science. Quantum mechanics is the most scientifically validated by experiment field in the history of science. Natural science. There's nothing even close. What are you talking about interpretations? It's either black or white, 1 or 0, yes or no. That's all it is. What interpretations are... See, this is the subjective again. We're not into that. So you'd think that if some, like, quantum mechanics guy, somebody, you did your little wiki, 5-second wiki Google scroll, and somebody says that quantum mechanics has interpretation, that means it has interpretation. I guess that's what that is, right? I don't know. He's a friggin' clown.
So what would you say is interpretation of quantum mechanics?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
Well, they claim that light's a little physical particle.
Physical part, yeah. Remember that? Unbelievable.
That travels from point to point.
Travel? You said it travels. You said light travels. Remember your Michelson-Morley train wreck? You came out with your initial argument? Let's take a look at that. You said it travels. Travel. It's coming up here. There it is right here. See that? Witsit, if you have a vacuum chamber and you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that, what's the energy traveling through? Get it? Again, if you have electromagnetic wave, what does it propagate? Propagation means travel. So what does it travel through? You're saying it all through here. Then you just come out with, like I said, the Michelson-Morley train wreck. So Michelson-Morley, for example, we had lights go in different directions. Well, how can they go in different directions without traveling? Then they stopped you. Stop. What was the phenomena studied in this highly scientific parlor trick? Witsit, the difference in the travel of light. Another contradiction. You said that traveled. Or shouldn't I believe my lying ears and eyes? Everyone could go back and get this stuff. Right? FED 1702. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's your deal. Delusional.
And all of quantum mechanics is based around the definition of light, which was proposed by Einstein.
Huh? Citation, please. Another baseless assertion. Stupid-ass baseless assertion at that. We want to see that. And what did Einstein do?
Einstein. The quantum definition of light was proposed by Einstein so that he could have special relativity. And
what? You don't know what special relativity is, man. Well, number one, it's not a scientific theory. Did you know that quantum mechanics debunked Einstein? Were you aware of that? It's the antithesis of Quantum mechanics? The classical field theories, they're the antithesis of it. Did you know that? That's including special and general relativity. Bet you didn't know that. Bet you're just mindlessly parroting that tattooed Jabba the Hutt, Uncle Fester fuckwit Ken Wheeler, right? I know you don't know that. That what he just said was bullshit. Had nothing to do with special relativity.
There's no actual evidence for it. It can't be proven.
There's no actual evidence for photons. You mean these? Thanks.
Just a concept that's reified.
Wait a second. You're saying this is a concept. Can you define concept during your next live show, please, and provide an example?
And everything that quantum interprets is based on that definition.
Everything that quantum interprets, that's a reification fallacy. Quantum's not interpreting anything. Quantum's a discipline. It's a pathetic fallacy. Falls under reification. Yeah, it can't do that. Where'd it go? There you are. So everything downstream from that fallacy is therefore void along with that fallacy.
All of it. Like you can read Richard Feynman, he'll explain it.
You can read Richard Feynman, he'll explain. Explain what? Elephant hurling fallacy. Dumb fuck wanted that. I've taken Richard Feynman to the woodshed I don't know how many times. Go back on a Numpty clips. It was, I can't remember the exact, it's a signature Numpty clip that I took him right straight to the woodshed over and over and over again. He's a theoretical physicist. Witsit? Quantum mechanics isn't theoretical physics. You're in a category here. It's non sequitur too. So I'll add that to you. With your elephant hurling. Go read Richard Feynman. Fuck.
Everything we do in quantum is dependent upon our understanding.
Everything we do in quantum, you ain't doing shit. You could barely tie your shoes without a fleet of slobber nurses. After this performance, everyone knows that. Unbelievable.
Understanding of light. So that's one, there's a ton of things.
Oh, yeah, there's a metric ton of things. Sounds like an Evo-tard. You didn't provide a single one. Just give us one. Clown.
Yeah. It's all pseudoscience.
So you don't agree with...
It's all pseudoscience. Here we go, another reductio ad absurdum. He already had 3 of those in here, by the way. Right? It's all pseudoscience. And your evidence of that?
With the double slit.
I don't...
Stay away from that damn mic. My word, it's creepy.
Agree with the interpretation, like I'm about to do it later today.
Oh, we got him doing a double slit later today. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, because I don't know if you checked, Michael Connor's actually done it. That's quite cool. He's done the single slit and the double slit.
Yeah.
And he's actually, he's decided he's going to do another one soon, which is really cool. So I'd like to see if you can, what you're going to see, because what I've been seeing, it simply does show light cannot interfere with itself. I mean, you've seen we've been chatting a bit in that one.
Yeah, light doesn't interfere with itself, correct.
Skype chats. So, to me,
especially
light isn't really physical.
What'd you say?
If I have to.
Oh, wait a second. Sorry, I missed that, folks. I stopped that prematurely. There we go. That's good.
Skype chats. So, to me, light isn't really physical. If I have to.
Light's not really physical. Huh. Well, define physical. Physical is matter or energy. So matter, chemical formula or structure, charge, momentum, or spin, that takes care of the matter part. The energy is electron volts, kcals, or kilojoules. What's light measured in? One of the units of measure? Electron volts. Making it physical by definition. My word.
Take what I'm seeing from the double slits and stuff. It doesn't show any interference patterns.
It's not from the. You're not seeing any interference patterns. You're not seeing that, really. What are you seeing? You get back with me on private message and tell me you're not seeing that. Unbelievable.
Simply just shows, how can I put it, a pattern that's not, the light is simply just not there. There's no...
What? That you see a pattern, light is simply just not there? Is that what you said? I'm not rewinding it.
interference or wave.
This is not about you.
Exactly. Nothing. There's just no interference. It's simply there and not there.
It's simply there and not there. What the hell does that mean?
That's the way I can put
diffraction. Yeah, diffraction's not an observation as much as a lack of observation.
What? Diffraction is nothing. It's nothing more than a lack of observation. So what you're saying, this is a lack of an observation? Because this is diffraction, interference, fringe. They all mean the same thing. This is a lack of an observation, huh? You need to be institutionalized, is what the issue is. You know, men in white suits, long needles, straitjacket, paddy wagon, you know, the whole 9 yards, rubber roomed, forced lobotomized. That's what needs to happen. Yeah. I don't think the lobotomy is going to help. Sorry, that was just my opinion. I'll retract that.
You know what I'm saying? But look, dude, I'm just...
Oh, yeah, we know what you're saying. And we know what's going on with this mic. Creepy, man.
just going to read this just so... Think about this, like...
So you're just going to read this, right? From your 5-second wiki Google search. Okay.
It should have been an intellectual exchange like you're saying.
An intellectual exchange? Well, show us an intellectual and we'll have an exchange with him. It's definitely not you, you crayon crunching clown. My word.
Right? It should be, well, Austin thinks there's an ether. We think photons.
Austin thinks there's an ether. We think there's photons and electrons.
Debated.
What does that have to do with your claim of an ether, you fuckwit? You put that like this false dichotomy. You dream up this dichotomy. It's non-sequitur. Let me write it. It's so fucking non-sequitur. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's like coming in, attempting to prove a banana in a courtroom, and then all of a sudden start trying to debunk transmission fluid. He's a fucking clown. So what you going to bash yourself in the face with next?
Right? I mean, I asked if they wanted a fair, neutral, moderated debate, and they both turned it down. Nathan Oakley asked me how.
A fair, neutral, moderated debate. So let's get rid of the friggin' classic roast beef. It doesn't look that good anyway. Oh, they're going to double get me. Sorry about this, folks. You know the deal, though. All right, let's stop that. So where do we hear about this fair debate at? Right? With a fair platform, neutral moderator. How long have we been hearing that? Who do we hear that from? Prosecution Russ.
And I'm like, wow, you need money? He said, yeah, I don't do this for free. I'm like, okay, name your price. Then he...
What? You said that to Nathan? I talked to Nathan, by the way. He said he never heard you say anything or text him or anything. He was bewildered by it. Are you lying again? You're going to have to show either in text or voice where you said to Nathan or you said that you'd give him money for a debate. Okay? Next show. Make sure that fucking happens, village idiot. I'll hold off on the baseless assertion or a lie with that until you do so. Or when you don't do it, then I'm marking them down.
He didn't respond because this is why Jaron was calling him a scammer. Now,
no, we know why Jaron was calling him a scammer. Everyone listened to the original, then listened to it when I played it on BALLBUSTERS, then just listen to it during this presentation. What else do I need to do? You're going to circle jerk back. He's so scatterbrained. What he does, he just keeps on circle jerking back to the same train wreck points. Like some fucking idiot moron.
I don't call people names. I try.
Oh, God. The Saint, Witsit, he doesn't call. What does that have to do with the discussion?
Like, you know, Oakley bashed me for a month, and now
Here we go again with Oakley bashing. No, you bashed yourself. Remember, you contradicted yourself over and over and over again? You did that to yourself. He didn't bash you.
he wants to play the victim. It's just going to land on.
Oh, he wants to play the... You're not playing the victim, though. Have you ever attended the Incoherent Hillary Clinton Academy for charging people, others, what you do? Have you attended that university? Fucking idiot.
Deaf ears, but here, let me read this to you, bro.
Let me read this to you, bro. With my titty twisting mic. All right, here we go.
Standard reference for quantum optics, section 9.1 through 9.5.
That sounds official.
Show that the electron field responds to a classical external electromagnetic radiation field.
So the electron field responds to a classical electromagnetic radiation field. The classical electromagnetic radiation field was debunked years ago. Remember that single photon that hit? That debunked that. So this whole thing is horseshit. When he said classical, it was over. Right there. We don't need to go on, but I will because it's fucking hilarious.
By emitting electrons according to Poisson law probability.
What is emitting electrons? What is doing that? On your next show.
Very much like that interpreted by Einstein in terms of light particles.
Interpreted by Einstein with light particles. All right.
Thus, the quantum detector produces discrete.
Quantum detector? What the hell is that? Go ahead and we want to see the quantum detector. Titled, right? Your next presentation.
Poisson distributed clicks, although the source is completely continuous and there are no photons at the time, there are no photons at all in the system. It's so hard to read this.
Yeah, because you're a Dunning-Kruger moron. You have no idea what you're reading. Right? You fucking mindless wiki parody. You just did a 5-second wiki search like you've done before. We've caught you before. And you just train wrecked yourself. But you just bypass it, right? Because your subscribers and the people that listen to you, you think are dumber than you are. Most of them are, by the way, I agree.
Consists of okay, this is the important part, okay? There's no photons at all in the quantum mechanical model. The state
quantum mechanical model. No photon. What the fuck is that? What are these? Trillions of them. Now, what's the quantum mechanical model? Your next presentation, I want you to present on the quantum mechanical model. Doesn't exist, folks. Clown fuck.
State space of this quantum system consists of multi-electron states only. So they're
multi-electron states only, okay. Interacting with that classical electromagnetic field that was debunked.
The decoherence process that leads to the
You incoherent shit for brains. You wouldn't know what decoherence was if it climbed up your arse and started kicking footballs wrapped in concertina wire. In your next presentation, I want you to define decoherence and provide an example. Yeah, like that's going to happen. He has no idea with what he's reading.
Multiple dot localization of the emitted electron field is
the emitted electron field? Where was it emitted from?
responsible for the creation of the dot pattern. This
what dot pattern? Who, what, when, where, why, how?
Proves that the clicks cannot be taken to be a proof of the existence of photons. And that's L. Mandel.
Wow, that was powerful. The prosecution rests. What a dumb fuck. Thanks for that, by the way. Appreciate it.
E. Wolf, Optical Coherence and Quantum Optics, Cambridge University.
Cambridge, like I said, he can't even pronounce it correctly.
1995. So this is, long story short, within the quantum paradigm itself.
Show on your next presentation the quantum paradigm. We want to see a detailed description of it.
It's well known that the photoelectric effect doesn't prove the photon. And it's just...
The photoelectric effect doesn't prove the photon. You sure about that? Well, back in the day, there was still pretty strong debate after the photoelectric effect showed that it was a photon. It had fuckwits like you everywhere that you couldn't tie their shoes without a fleet of cyber nurses. So it went on for a little while until Compton, Arthur Compton with Compton scattering, nailed your coffin shut, clown. That's what actually nailed the coffin shut. So in your next presentation, I want you to go over Compton scattering. Oh, and by the way, your ether boyfriend Einstein, that the photoelectric effect wasn't his. He stole that. The discoverer of the photoelectric effect happened 20 years earlier. The discoverer, Heinrich Hertz, clown fuck. So all this is just convoluted, garbled nonsense. Train wrecking yourself. You have no acumen in this whatsoever. You have no idea with what you speak of. Nothing. And just destroyed, like I said, the entire fiber optics, telecommunication industry, solar cells, spectroscopy, all of radiology. Go to the hospital, tell them to go home, right? You ever had an x-ray? Dumb fuck. Digital photography, right? With CCD and CMOS semiconductors. All work on the photoelectric effect. All of them. That's just what I'm naming here. Unbelievable.
It's just an assumption.
This is another centigrade Celsius temperature scale debunk. Only on a grander scale.
And no one responded to this, bro, but then they...
Why would we respond to it? You don't know what the fuck you're reading. All right, I just responded to it. You have no idea what fuck you're reading, sir. From your 5-second wiki Google search. That was shown in spades right here.
Did a 4-hour stream.
You did a 4-hour stream. What does that mean? What does how long you did a stream for have anything to do with fucking anything? You had a 4-hour stream full of horse shit, right? Provide some cowbell. Please. We're thirsty for it. We need it.
Insulting, bashing, lying.
Insulting, bashing, lying. 1, 2, 3. Baseless assertion fallacies. Those are piling up, by the way. Clown fuck.
Strawmanning.
Strawmanning. Thank you. That closes off that one. Thanks. Any more?
But this is just one slide out of my presentation.
One slide you train wrecked, right? Well, this is the gold standard. This is the one you brought out. I hate to think about what the other ones look like. Oh my God, what a fucking clown. This is going to get better, folks, if you could believe it.
I just, like, eviscerated their argument.
He eviscerated our argument. What argument was that? You didn't eviscerate anything. Only your coherency, and you just showed you were a Dunning-Kruger Muppet. You don't belong out here, dude. Like I told you, you got to get the fuck out of here.
And then now everyone's talking about how stupid I am and how I
Oh, you're fucking stupid.
got destroyed. No.
Got destroyed? No one said you got destroyed. Right? It's not a case of destroying or anything. If you got destroyed, if you got train wrecked, you did it yourself. From all the walking contradictions, they're documented. People can go back and listen to them. I copied them verbatim, word for word. It was tedious. Right? You're finished.
No one even responded to it. So
no one's going to respond because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It would be like explaining trig to a 3-month-old.
Truly disingenuous, bro. And so I don't think it's going to fall on deaf ears if they all of a sudden want people to be like, oh, dude, did Nathan Fillins get hurt? He's such a scammer. You've been
there. You go, folks. He's a fucking 2-year-old. He's got the intellectual and emotional maturity of a 2-year-old, and he just displayed it. along with his titty twisting mic. There it is right there. I don't need to. Prosecution rests. All I need to do. He did it himself.
Bashing and insulting people for a
Bashing
month
and
straight.
insulting. There is no bashing and insulting. Unless you can provide example. Can you do that? Nope.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? He called me a little boy and cussed me out.
Yeah, you just proved you were a little boy. 7 seconds ago. You want to see it again?
The whole time. So,
but yeah,
it just seems...
But that's what I'm saying. I would like people to use this platform that I'm on because I do want to be objective to everybody. I don't want to take one side or the other. So
you want to be objective, right? But you were appealing to opinions before. That's subjective.
yeah, I mean, Thursday night I'm launching my debate nights. And it would be great if someone would just come and debate because I want to be...
Debate. It already happened. FED 1702 and FED 1724. What are you talking about? What, do you want to do it again? You masochist. Have you listened to those? Why would we need to do it again? I don't know.
hold a neutral platform. I don't want to take one side.
Neutral none that doesn't exist. That's a baller request. Everyone knows that. We've been listening to it for years now.
Or the other. And this is exactly why I say I'd love for you guys to come on. If I can organize you to actually debate one of them, it would be great.
Why? It's already happened.
Because
yeah, well, when you say one of them, you know I debated Brian's logic.
All
right?
everybody. Yeah, but I mean.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck did? 1 second. 1:15. Watch this, folks. That was fucking scary. 1 second. Give me 1:15:20. Watch the nonverbals.
Exactly why I say I'd love for you guys to come on. If I can organize you to actually debate one of them, it would be great. Because
yeah, well, when you say one of them, you know I debated Brian's logic.
all
right?
everybody.
Here it comes.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
it's,
saw that?
Oh my God! That is your creep! My God! What the fuck was that? Are you medicated? Let's do it again. Watch it. See if I can get closer. Nah, I can't. That was fucking scary. I'll silence it. Okay, watch him. Not yet. Not yet. Here it comes. Oh, man. Dude, you need to be institutionalized, man. Seriously. Fuck.
even from that side.
It wasn't really a debate. But.
We can.
It wasn't really a debate, but sounds like he's medicated.
We can even organize that if you want to. A whole BALLBUSTERS team versus the whole FED team.
A whole glove dumpster. They better be out of here. I'll tell you that fucking much. Little debate horse shit. They're gone. And why am I the only one out here saying it? That's a good question, isn't it? I'm going to be asking that question for the next few weeks.
That'll never happen.
That'll never happen. Yeah, it'll happen. If you stay out here, $10,000 in my PayPal account. I don't debate the help for free. That ain't going to happen. $10,000 in my PayPal account. Make it happen. Anytime, anywhere. Your choice of moderator. Now, for Globe Dumpsters Bob and Jaron, I'll do that pro bono. Absolutely free. 1 at a time, 2 at a time. They can even take 3. However, if this crayon muncher, scary crayon muncher Skeletor is with you, it's $10,000. You two alone, free. Anytime, anywhere. You've got my address. Let me know.
Obviously not.
But like I don't want to talk to Brian's logic. I want the people that have been bashing me to talk to me, meaning I want to debate QE.
Look at his fucking behavior. Are you a fucking masochist too? Teddy Mike Twister. No problem. $10,000 in my PayPal account. Any place, anytime. Your choice of moderator. Like I said. Jaron and that fuckwit Bob, pro bono. You tracking with me, sunshine?
I wanted to debate Oakley.
If I can get
You want to debate Oakley? He doesn't realize that he's already debated Oakley. Apparently. Fucking scary, dude.
them on, would you talk to them?
Yeah, I'll debate them with a fair moderation where they
With a fair moderate. Here we go with the fair moderation again, folks.
don't get to like mute me and scream over me and stuff. Like if there's
Mute you and scream over you. Why? Did that happen? Did you promote that with any logical fallacies and diarrhea of the mouth? Were you involved in that? Another baseless assertion. Go ahead, and we want to see that, by the way. We want to see what you just claimed.
there's a moderator.
Which is fair, yeah.
A moderator. Well, that moderator, let me give you some advice on moderators. In this specific genre, the moderator can't just be a piece of meat, right? The moderator has to have a science and logic acumen. He just can't be any dumb fuck, right? But that's what you want. You want a dumb fuck up there so you can spew your nonsensical horseshit, logical fallacies, and lack of science acumen till the cows come home. He's not going to be able to recognize it, right? Then doth protest. You're going to get some protesting to that. And of course, the moderator is going to say, you can't do that. You must allow him to speak. That sort of fucking scenario. Is that what you're rolling with here? Pathetic. This is a fucking carnival tent. That's what this is.
Because that's why I want to have this platform debate night Thursdays, because I want everybody
Debate already happened.
to get their side of a story out when they debate.
Their side, his side, everyone's side's already out. If you still think there's sides.
Stuff. I think the time for childish behavior and name calling or whatever should be over.
Was no name calling. Those are results of performance assessments. He contradicted himself over 30 fucking times. What should we do? Should we apologize to him? Huh? What would you say if somebody sat there and contradicted themselves 30 fucking times?
Over. I think you would also agree that we should still just get our voices out and then start debating them.
Get our voices out. Get our feelings heard. Our opinions.
Moving on. So, hey, if people don't like me because of that, then they obviously don't know me, because I'm not a guy that really, how can I say, I want people to work together. I'm not a guy that wants to separate people. So, hey, if I get people that don't like me because I say this or that, because I get bashed all the time from both sides. Why are you not sticking up for me this? Why are you not sticking? I'm sorry, I'm not.
You get bashed by both sides. He's on the sides again. I guess you're talking about the FED side. You get bashed by both sides. You're going to get bashed by one side here in a few minutes. Absolute. Wait till you see this, folks. See and hear this. But who from FED has been complaining to you? Could you PM me and let me know who has? Appreciate that.
I'm not your parent. I'm not here to pussyfoot around and protect someone. If a guy's he's a grown person giving his opinion and his side of the story, that's his side. I'm simply here to listen and let him get his side out. And I think you would agree that's just fair. I'm not going to go around and defend anybody. They can defend themselves. If you're a grown person in this arena, you can defend yourself.
Right. And I think obviously you're always entitled to your own opinion, and
here we go with opinions again.
Whether you think they're right or whatever about the discussion, that's cool. I think that neither one of them will ever debate me.
Yeah. Nathan already debated you delusional fuckwit. And if you want to debate me, you masochist, $10,000 in my PayPal account. Remember, Bob and Jaron, you're free of charge. Dumb fucks.
with fair moderation.
Back to the fair moderation. Unbelievable.
Never. I mean,
never, ever, ever, never, ever, 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 never. $10,000 in my PayPal account. And it will be ever.
I even offered Oakley money.
Oh, you did? That's funny. I heard that. I heard you say that before, and I asked Nathan about it. He looked at me like I had 35 heads. He has no clue of this, right? So you got to be. I'm going to mark it down as a lie. He wouldn't lie to me. He never has before. That's a lie. Unless you can provide on your next show, either in text or audio, you saying that to Nathan.
And he won't do it. But this is why, though, bro.
And he won't do it. So we need that in text or I don't know how we're going to do that if he didn't reply to you. Just the first one, okay? We want the challenge.
Because this is why it flirts with the idea of being a scam, bro.
This is why it flirts with the idea. I love your concreteness. Are you being a scam? But you got a load of lies here. If you lie, are you a scammer? Good question, isn't it?
I don't try to call people names.
Here we go back with the call people. What the fuck, dude? What is your malfunction? You scatterbrain Skeletor? Did he ask you about that? Oh my God.
But like the reason is instead of like manning up and being like, okay, they're claiming that I'm wrong and that they
I'm not claiming you wrong. We showed where you contradicted yourself greater than 30 times. We got it. I put him that verbatim every word. It's recorded.
They disproved everything I said and that I constantly contradict myself.
Yeah, you did. I showed it.
And use reification fallacies on.
Yes, not only reification fallacies, a boatload like you did here this evening.
That's their claim, that I'm stupid. They call me shit.
That's not a claim. Oh, you're stupid. Now, I'll tell you what, whatever's below stupid, below that, that's what you are. Demonstrated. We just demonstrated it again today. We're not done, by the way.
That's it, right? So, okay. Then they would be able to easily debate me 1v1.
Debate. That's already happened. We're back to this again. No problem. Nathan already did it. $10,000 in my PayPal account. Under each of my shows, description box, there is a PayPal address. $10,000 in my PayPal account. Bob and Jaron, you're free.
Moderate it and prove how stupid I am.
We already proven how stupid you are. This is going to get painfully redundant.
But they won't. And instead...
They won't. I already did.
They go beat up straw mans.
That's another baseless assertion fallacy. What straw man? Provide an example. You won't. You're just making shit up.
They intentionally lie about.
There we go. They intentionally lie from a liar. So that's another appeal to motive and intent fallacy. And a baseless assertion. And a lie from a liar. I'm not going to mark that down as a lie, though.
That I never actually said in context.
That you never actually said in context. Really? Baseless assertion fallacy. For example. Fucking context. What do you mean by context? Sounds like an Evo-tards used to play this game with me back in the day. Fucking context. It could be beluga whales and fucking hound dogs chasing a hoodoo in the bayou, and you still contradicted yourself over 30 fucking times.
Right? And so then you pretend, look, we destroyed Witsit, we destroyed the ether.
So we pretend, oh my, he's just going up. This is just one big circle jerk, a fucking delusion.
The ether wars are over, we destroyed.
The ether wars. There was never an ether. What do you mean? invisible luminescent gerbil war. That one. Clown.
But you never actually responded to any of my arguments.
Here we go again. How many times have we heard, shut the fuck up? Well, you can't. We're evaluating you. Don't shut the fuck up just yet.
And when I went there, you never let me talk.
Never let you talk. Here we're back on this again. What is this, third, fourth time? He just keeps on circle jerking around. We're in a tornado in between the funhouse mirrors between his ears. That's what he just keeps on circling. Circling dumb fuckery. If they never let you talk, I would have never got over. The whole presentation was citation or quotes from you. How did I get that if they never let you talk? Non sequitur fallacy.
Just constantly interrupting me with strawmans and insults.
Strawmans and insults. 2 more baseless assertion. This is fucking a record. It's got to be. This is going to be a big fucking number. You got an example of that?
Ad homs, right?
Oh, I forgot one. Ad hom. You don't know the difference between charges, like I said before. You don't know the difference between charges, name calling, ad homs, and insults. Yeah, the fucking clue.
I don't see how is that not kind of flirting with scamming?
How is that kind of not flirting? What? Your lies and all your baseless assertions? Who knows?
Audience. You're lying to the audience.
So we're lying to the audience. With what, pray tell? Do you have an example? Good luck getting one.
Not letting them hear the real argument.
Not letting them hear the real argument. We got the real argument. It's written down. It's on BALLBUSTERS back there. Just circle jerking again.
And then lying about what I actually said.
How? What? How could someone lie about what somebody actually said? That's fucking insane. How can you do that? Somebody please explain that shit to me. How can you lie about what somebody... It's fucking impossible. It's a law of identity violation. He's just making shit up, just pulling shit out of his ass. This is his ass. Just talking out his ass. That's all he's doing. It's dumb fuckery. I don't even know where to put that. Is there a dumb fuckery fallacy? I'll let it go.
Taking quotes out of context and doing a whole presentation lying.
Taking quotes out of context. Provide an example, please. And lying. 2 more baseless assertions. Fuck.
About what I actually said.
There he goes again, lying about what he actually said. Unbelievable. How can somebody write out what you actually said and be lying about what you actually said? It's fucking, this is nonsense.
And then claiming victory.
There he goes with his victory. Remember I pointed this out in the first presentation? His second grade playground ego. He's a fucking child. He does it over and over again. And then complains when he's called a little boy. Can't make this up.
And telling the audience, look, we shut down Austin and everything said that. I mean, if you're making money doing that, that seems really like disingenuous and
I can't be responding over and over again, same fucking circle jerk claims.
Manipulative and,
manipulative and
call it what you want to. Garen called it scamming.
Okay, I'll call it what I want. You're a demonstrated, with your own words, scatterbrained pretender clown village idiot with beyond clinical level Dunning-Kruger that has the intellectual and emotional maturity of a spoiled second grader that got her panties in a bunch after getting her ass spanked publicly from here to Christmas, who is now feebly attempting to respawn by rewriting recently recorded history with flailing, delusional, nonsensical horseshit that has third graders doubled over in the corner, vapor logging from tear-jerking belly laugher syndrome. That's how I call it. You good? Dumb fuck.
He's not talking about saying science proof things, though, to clarify. He didn't.
Oh, we're going to circle jerk him back to this, just unsolicited. Yeah, he did. Everyone, we already went over it. What, twice? Everyone's seen the original video, and then on my show, he's circle jerking back to this. Look at this. Look at him.
He's not saying that he's a scammer because he said science proves things. That's not true.
The incoherent dumb fuck Joseph Goebbels from Globe Dumpsters. Rewriting history for you, folks, right in front of you. Don't believe your lying ears and eyes. Witsit's here to save the day. The fuckwit. Clown. This is pathetic.
Because like I said, I say that science proves things.
Sorry,
I just say
can I just say
Oh, wait a second. All right. Get ready, folks. Hold on to your hats. Watch and listen to this fiasco.
something? Bob, if you got a problem with me, please come on the stream and talk to me, because Bob is always attacking me on Skype, trying to talk to me as if I'm some kind of child, like he owns me, and it's really starting to irritate the hell out of me. All I've been doing is nice to Bob. I've been taking this is exactly what I was saying 2 minutes ago. Witsit, where I get it from both sides. Why are you not defending me this? Why are you not defending me that?
We're going to need that from the side. I'm going to need who and what specifically was said. Now back to this. We got Bob, Globe Dumpsters Bob, out in chat. And what he's doing, he's sending messages to Keith while this discussion is going on in Skype, physically threatening him. That's what's going on right now. Watch this fuckwit Joseph Goebbels reaction and listen to him.
Bob is attacking me literally on stream now, on Skype. For what? Just because we're having a conversation. So this is why I'm personally saying, Bob, if you got a problem, you can come on and talk. I've invited you before, you're ignoring me. What can I do? And that's how it is. I'm straight open, I'm an open book. I'm telling you, I don't take sides. I'm not here to defend anybody. I'm only going to defend myself. If I get called out, threatened by you, I'm going to stand up for myself. Just like any other person, because I'm a grown man. But that's about it. Still got nothing against you. Hey, if you want to be that way, it's your problem. But just come up and actually be a man and face me face to face on the street. So yeah, but like I was saying, I would like, if I can be able to set them up to come on, I think it would be great. I mean, then everybody can actually get their say out. Nobody's going to talk over each other. No one's going to mute each other. It's simply just one person will give their side, the other person give their side, and you can actually have an actual physical discussional debate.
Yeah, but you do know, right? I mean, be honest, Wes. For one, I'm like, Bob's my boy, bro, so I would prefer it's not like bad.
Bob's my boy, bro. So I would prefer, like, we don't bash him, even though he's fucking threatening him. Right? You can't make this stuff up, folks. That's Joseph Goebbels' reaction. He's my boy, bro. We don't need to bash him. Okay. Want to see my open-toed sandals? You fucking retard. This is an embarrassment. Get the fuck out! Oh, sorry about that, baby. I'll try to keep it down.
Bash him on here or something, because I know that maybe he's just super loyal and he felt like that was BS the way that they attacked me.
So his rationale is that he's super loyal. What the fuck does that mean? Super boil for what?
And then they attack him too. And yeah.
Who are you talking about they attack? It's Flatzoid. What are you talking about? He's physically threatening Flatzoid. Flatzoid's not part of FED. What the hell are you talking about? This is just nonsensical horseshittery, folks, from the Black Lagoon. This is fucking scary.
So, but you do agree? Like, be honest. Do you actually think that they would debate me?
Oh, here we go. He's going to divert away. Back to whether they're going to debate him or not. Yeah. For $10,000 in my PayPal account. Bob and Jen are free. Okay? Why are you diverting away from this? I know why. This is unbelievable, folks. It's going to come up again. Hold on.
On a fair platform.
Piss off.
If I can
$10,000.
get them on here, I'm not really sure, but it would be great to see if I can get them on here, though.
No, but we all know that they're not
Here we go again.
going to do that, right? Like, let's just be real. Like on any platform.
I'm
Like,
going to.
Why don't you talk about what the ether is or Bob's behavior out in chat? What about? Do you think that you diverted our attention away from that? You silly little crayon muncher.
If I offered them $1,000, they wouldn't do it.
It's $10,000 in my PayPal account. Anytime, anywhere, your choice of moderator. Remember, Bob and Jaren are free.
I'm going to try, but like I said, Bob actually threatened me on
Bob's threatening him. Unbelievable, man.
Skype. So, and he's even calling me a liar. So I am going to stick up for myself when it comes to.
Well, what are you going to come up with now? Joseph? Skeletor? Dumb fuck.
that. Sorry, Bob. You can always come and talk to me. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get Kiwi and Nathan and them on if you.
$10,000. Are you the moderator? You better shore up that science acumen and hit those logic books.
Fine with you, Witsit. I don't know if it's going to ever realize, but if it does, it would be great.
Yeah, but it will never happen.
Even
Never, ever, 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 ever. Yeah, we already heard that. You're going to circle back to this again? What about Bob out in chat threatening Keith?
And if we, like I said, we can get you and Bob and Jaren on together, and then we can have Kiwi and Nathan and whatever together.
Yeah,
if
but
it ever happens,
that would obviously be like almost impossible to moderate. I mean, you got.
Well, you can have your own moderator, so that should be fine. $10,000.
Dude, like I'm not gonna make you pick sides or whatever. Look, I know they're like your boys.
Like, we're like his boys. What the fuck does that mean? Is that something like Bob's your boy? Creepy, man.
Objectively, they can't really debate very well.
Objectively, they can't really debate very well. Really? And your evidence of that is what?
They don't let the other side talk. I've been in Discord with Kiwi for 3 years now, and he'll just scream at people, and the whole idea to them.
Oh, really? So he'll just scream at people in Discord. That's an interesting claim. You didn't you just said it. You didn't provide any evidence. Huh. So guess what I got here? I have a debate between me and negative exponents in 24/7 with Witsit in the VC and in chat. You're going to see him pop up in here. Now remember, he said I screamed over them. You ready? Let's do it.
You and Quantum and one moderator. That's it.
How about Thompson? He's more than welcome to join.
Basically, what I'm going to do.
Natural science is done through
without experiment. Sorry, folks. Let me get it. First question. There you go. Can natural science be conducted without experiment?
Natural science is done through experiment and observation.
Okay. So that answer is yes?
Yeah, I'd say a yes.
So let's make it clear. You're saying that natural science can be conducted without experiment.
Yeah, I'm not going to get trapped into your strict definition of experiment. There's certain sciences that do rely on observation.
I didn't say that there were any that didn't rely on observation, because observation is the first step in the scientific method. So that is more or less non sequitur. You said natural science can be conducted without experiment. Is that correct?
Experiment's part of it.
One more time. Can natural science be conducted without experiment? It's a yes or no.
Yeah, experiment is part of it. Yeah, it's needed.
Oh, so it is needed. So experiment is actually needed to conduct science. Well, that's headway. Do you know the three constituent parts of an experiment?
I'd probably say that independent, dependent, and control variables.
Oh, you guys are learning. You're quick. Okay, fair enough.
Well, that was from when we had to do the science experiments in school. I mean, we all remember doing
Sure.
those.
Sure. So you need independent, dependent, and controlled variables in an experiment. You got that correct. So, I mean, you're golden with that. Let's try another one. Is astronomy, cosmology, and astrophysics actual natural sciences?
Yeah, I'd say so because, I mean, we observe them. I mean, like.
No screaming just yet. Oh, I just looked over too. You're getting the double whammy from the big kahuna in the right-hand corner. Sorry about that, folks. It looks pretty cool right here, but it might be irritating you. Just listen. Haven't heard any screaming over the top yet there, pretender clown liar.
When Einstein tested his general theory of relativity, it was a experiment. I mean, he predicted the outcome. They went down in South America somewhere, South Hemisphere, and they witnessed the eclipse. They came back, the Royal Observatory, and gave their findings. So,
okay.
I mean, I know it's tough to. I know the big argument, is how do you control, the dependent variable?
That's not my argument. Don't anticipate my argument, please.
Okay. All right.
So you said they conducted it because you said natural science must have experiment.
The winds have shifted to secure.
Sorry about that, guys. Darn commercials. Out of my control. Be with you quickly. Here we go.
Yeah, I'd say
okay.
So.
I know that your attention had to be, taken to those after all the screaming that was going on. It give you a little break. So back at it again. All right. So therefore, they must have a viable hypothesis because an experiment is a hypothesis test, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You said that they confirmed the general theory of relativity through experiment. Can you post the hypothesis of that experiment in Flat Earth Arena text for us, please? Identify the independent and dependent variables.
If you want to give me a second, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's no hurry. Take your time. Yeah, take your time. Yep. I don't know how you guys can hear all this over the screaming. This is going to take a long time, so I'm going to chip along here for general relativity. I don't.
All right.
My question is, I just want a viable scientific hypothesis, probably just a short sentence, 2 at the most, and identify the independent dependent variable in the experiment. It was done by Arthur Eddington.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm live on YouTube.
All right. So the leading theory of stellar energy, the contraction hypothesis, because stars break 1918.
Albert Einstein should have validated in the first place to make it a scientific theory. Follow?
Yeah, I follow, but he did make the prediction of what they were what they were going to test, and it turned out to be, I mean, that's what they found.
Yeah, but a scientific prediction is a scientific hypothesis. That's the prediction.
So we got a hypothesis now.
Say again?
So now we have a hypothesis.
What's the hypothesis?
You just stated it. That
I didn't state it.
But you just said that was the hypothesis when Einstein made when he predicted that the eclipse would reveal the star, and they went down, they tested it, and came back, and with the results, that's what happened. I think it was called.
I didn't state the hypothesis. You said prediction. I stated that a scientific prediction is a scientific hypothesis. I didn't give Eddington's hypothesis. My question is,
it was Einstein's hypothesis, his prediction.
Well, what's his hypothesis? We're going around in a circle. I need Einstein's or Eddington's hypothesis.
I know. It's not as easy as it sounds on the fly.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I've given you time to go ahead and I just had it was just a question.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Damn, I sound like a real bastard. Screaming over the top of them and everything. Huh.
The
some of its parts.
Receiving messages correctly. Thus, artificial would generally mean something not found in nature, and synthetic would mean something that is man-made. To make a chemistry analogy, chemically synthesized B12 vitamin would not be considered artificial, as it is chemically and analytically and functionally indistinguishable from naturally isolated B12 vitamin. But it is not natural either, obtained from nature. It is synthetic. End of citation.
I can understand that, but it's of the natural world. It's not.
It's not
supernatural, though.
No, there's three choices. There's supernatural, physical and natural, and man-made. There's three categories, not two. What is the antonym for synthetic?
I was just saying, doesn't that violate the law of non-contradiction, though?
Nope. There is no contradiction. I say again,
it's not a dichotomy. It can't be a contradiction.
Right. So, what is the antonym for synthetic or man-made?
Yeah, it would be synthetic.
No, what is the antonym for synthetic?
Oh.
Or man-made. Say again?
The antonym for synthetic, if you pull up the thesaurus, would be man-made. Or
no,
natural.
the antonym.
I'm sorry, natural on that.
Right, exactly. You got it. So there's two categories already when you already stated that there were three, and you didn't mention synthetic.
But I still...
That there are three indispensable steps of the scientific method. Number one, observe natural phenomena. That gives you your dependent variable. Step number two, hypothesis construction. That is your independent variable and the dependent variable from step one. And number three, experiment, where you take the hypothesis and you add control variables to it. Now, can there be other steps in between? Yes, there are. There's literature reviews. They're mainly administrative steps. But those three steps right there are crucial, indispensable in any method you proffer. Is that agreeable or not?
Well, I mean, you can never completely get rid of all the variables. I mean, we can try to control the variables, but you're never going to get rid of all of them.
That's not my question, sir.
I know. What was
that? Just too much screaming. Everyone getting the gist of this, right? You want me to go a little faster? Yeah, we're already past the last show's time. Sorry about that. I'll clip along.
The saying, the statement, there is.
Forgive me. Quantum mechanics is the most experimentally validated field in the history of science. You've heard that before. Physical and the supernatural would have to be man. The natural phenomena observed, that is the effect, has to be natural, not the things you need to do. Every experiment's going to have man-made stuff in it because man's conducting the experiment, right? It's the antithesis of what you just said.
Okay.
And by the way,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
well, thank you for that. Are your heels together? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, they are.
No, I'm just kidding. How can I put this any more clearly? Don't scream it like you've been doing the whole time. Calm down. Most experiments are qualitative. They're not quantitative. They're qualitative. It's either a yes or no. It's black or white. It's a 1 or a 0. You heard that before? Sounds awfully familiar. Stop screaming. Now, you can go and measure after that. That's fine. But the hypothesis deals with only cause and effect. That's qualitative. It's either yes or no, 1 or 0, black or white. Understood? Anything like that. Science proves that's what they do. So here we go. So neither are science.
Well, it would be scientific.
Mathematics, that
Get the feeling we're all.
I'm getting another ad. Sorry, guys. Smoke 'em if you got them. Okay, put them out. Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, any problem? I don't even know how he can understand this. I mean, with all the screaming going on. So the supporting evidence here, the horizon distance is greater. We're 43 minutes into this.
That's if we lived on a pear.
It can be closer than that due to many factors. Waves.
Correct.
Yeah, like that.
No,
That's a valid.
But they're not materially different from each other. Stop screaming. You're getting the picture, folks? I think you got the picture. We're almost to an hour. You can go through the rest of it. You're a liar. What's it? That's another one. All I have to do is show one case where that wasn't the fact, and you're done.
Is they know they're already right. Anything you say doesn't matter, and they're allowed to scream over you.
Here we go again. So baseless assertion fallacy. 2, 3. Yep.
2 words into your sentence.
Look at Keith. He's about tired of hearing the circle jerk back. Just going round and round we go.
And strawman you, and then mute you or kick you and tout victory.
There's some more. Thank you.
Yeah, but
And
that one,
that's not debate.
But that won't be, yeah, that's what I say. Even if you go and look on the internet, most of the things, they don't really have a debate structure. This will simply have a proper debate structure. Everybody is muted while the debating party is talking. So it's simply, you have your 10-minute opening, other person has their 10-minute opening, 5-minute rebuttal, 5-minute rebuttal, another 5-minute rebuttal and that, and then it's...
Oh, no. That's not debating structure. No. You don't get to have 10 minutes filled with contradictions and baseless assertion fallacies and any number of fallacies over and over and over again for 10 minutes. No. That's not what you do. Here's the debate structure. You introduce your dumbass self, right? With you, it should take 20 minutes. No, what I'm saying is just a brief introduction with the debaters. 10, 15 seconds at most. Then, immediately following that, claim support. Claim support. Claim support. In the middle of that, rebuttals. But it's claim support until exhaustion, one at a time. That's how a debate structure should function. Not these long, drawn-out, fallacy, science acumen, friggin' train wreck-filled, baseless assertion bonanzas. No. Claim, support, rebuttal. Claim, support, rebuttal. Get it?
It's open dialogue. But even when it comes to open dialogue, if a person's going to get out of hand, doesn't matter who it is. If you get warned and you carry on, you get muted until you accept it. I mean, if you get triggered and leave, that's your own problem. But as I said, I will try and
Baloney.
get them on. It would be great if we can get you guys to come on as well. See, there we go. In chat again.
Oh, here we go again. Check it out.
I never threatened Keith. Must I go? I don't want to do this, Bob. Must I go and actually pull up the messages you sent me on Skype?
No, that's not
Yes,
it. So that's
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, do that. I went, he's there. No. Yeah, right. Joseph Goebbels. No, don't do that. No. Unbelievable.
I don't want to do that, but this is what he's pushing.
Let me ask. Let me read.
Let me. Yeah, he's gonna divert away again. What a clown.
This comment. Ask him if he got super chats for this. Nathan just made clips to.
Here we go. Nathan's clips again. What, for the sixth time? He'll just try to divert away Bob's train wreck. This is so pathetic, folks. You're a clown. You're out of here. And so are your ignorant Globe Dumpsters boyfriends. You're gone. Make no mistake about it.
To shorten the 4-hour-long video. No, Nathan intentionally clipped me up where.
All right. How do you not intentionally clip somebody up or make clips? Do you do it haphazardly? Non sequitur fallacy.
What I was really saying wasn't being said.
Well,
Okay.
Here we go again with this nonsensical horseshittery. What he was really saying wasn't being said. I don't know, folks. Like I said, the men in white suits, the horse and elephant tranquilizers, straight jacket, rubber room, lobotomy. It's not going to work.
So if anyone that supports that behavior, that's what anti-flat earthers do. I have
There we go. Here's the Joseph Goebbels spin on it.
McToon, MC Toon, and Fight the Flat Earth. That's what they do. They take my videos, they clip them out of context, put them together,
They clip them on a show an example.
and try to make me look stupid. That's what anti-flat earthers do, and that's what they're
That wouldn't be hard. Like I said, my cat's litter box could do it.
doing to me. And their whole 4-hour. Did you see QE's 4-hour presentation? Because the entire thing is a
The entire thing, reductio ad absurdum.
straw man.
The whole thing is a straw man. Just a hand wave, whole thing's a straw man. We love that excruciating, meticulous attention to detail. Love that. Fucking clown.
Like I was saying, this morning I was on there just before work, so I couldn't even watch it yet. I only downloaded it now. So I'm definitely going to watch
Oh, wait till you see it. He's finished.
it tomorrow. But
And so I did like the 3.5 response, 3.5 hours.
Here we go with the time thing again. 3.5 hour response. Well, what does that have to do with anything? What color was it? Fucking idiot.
Response, whatever, like going through the whole thing,
Really?
explaining why literally all of it's a lie.
You're explaining why all of it's a lie with your own words being quoted. Yeah, that's a lot. I'd like to see that.
You do agree though, you don't, on a fundamental level, like lying is bad, right?
May I present the 2-year-old? You agree, right? On a fundamental level, lying is bad. Profound. Coming from a liar. I've got 11 lies from you already. just here. And stopped and substantiated each one with cowbell. Not just say you lie, but substantiated it. That's the difference between me and you. You're a village idiot, and I'm the paterfamilias.
Yeah, no, straight. I mean, if you want to be honest, you're not gonna just cherry pick one section.
Cherry pick? Which cherry picking? Your next show, I want you to define cherry picking and then provide an example. You too. Because you're going to agree with them.
Yeah, or like you know, when I was being sarcastic and I'm like,
oh God, we're going to circle jerk back to his other lie. Again, one big circle jerk for folks. Unbelievable. You want me to play that again? I can't. It's getting too late. You guys are going to have to rewind and get back to that.
An experiment because it has a man-made device, and then right after that I'm like, which is ridiculous, you know, I'm talking about how that's crazy.
No, you're not. No, you didn't. It wasn't sarcastic, and you wasn't talking about how it was crazy. It's all over for you.
He takes that out, quotes it, and says that I claim that it's not science if it has a man-made device. Like, think
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you did.
about how dishonest that is.
Yeah, that has to be dishonest.
I mean, then we might as well just be Globers. If you're going to misrepresent everybody the whole
There was no misrepresentation. I already played it. He screwed.
time. Like I said, I haven't watched the stream yet, so I'm only watching it.
Oh, just wait. The clueless clown is going to get clobbered.
Tomorrow I did download it. Then I'll also see what.
Yeah, I guess that's why I got so frustrated, bro. It's like, it's not really about them or whatever. It's that if someone just goes and watches QE's presentation, for
This is the real problem. If somebody just goes and watches my presentation, yeah, you're a dumb fuck.
example, but they don't come to my channel and hear
Well, if
my
they watch yours, they're gonna conclude you're a dumb fuck too.
side of it, right? Then based on how they put it in there, if I was really claiming some of the stuff they claim I did,
Based on how they put it in there, I typed it. I hit the the keys here on my keyboard. I typed it in. That's how I did it. Unbelievable.
then it would be really stupid, you know?
Oh,
So, like, the
it
way
was really stupid.
that they put it in there, and some of them are quotes from me, but
How
it's
the way they put it in. Yeah, they're direct quotations from you. Yes.
like they intentionally leave out the context.
They intentionally leave out the intent fallacy. How can you intentionally leave out the context? Right? Remember the beluga whales and the hound dog chasing after the hoodoo there down on the bayou? Yeah, it could be in that context. You're fucking screwed.
Of what I'm saying, like, for example, they said that this is just one of the probably 50 examples, dude.
50? What about 53? 36? Listen to this, Trainwreck.
Is when I said, well, there is no such thing as the speed of light, right? You more accurately, it would be a rate of induction, but
Yeah, the speed of, you said there's no speed of light, but there's a rate of induction when rate is defined as speed. Duh.
it isn't. It's just us quantifying how quickly we perceive illumination. It's not true.
So the speed of seeing. Unbelievable. This guy is a clown, man. Joseph Goebbels is blushing.
Travel from point to point. What we call the speed of light is
Point to point. Yeah, that's what you claimed before. We already went over that.
actually just how quickly we see what's already there.
Yeah.
And you know what they did? They
Yeah, the speed of seeing. What did we do?
said, Austin Witsit says that light doesn't have a speed, it has a rate of induction, and then goes and defines rate with the word speed and says, look at this.
Yeah, that's how rate is defined. Speed. You've contradicted yourself. Yeah, what's the problem?
Idiot, double speaking, numpty, dump, whatever.
Not Numpty Dumpty, not Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty is smarter than you. It's Numpty Dipshit.
And like, what? That's dishonest, because what I'm saying.
Oh, that's dishonest. To go ahead and define terms. I thought the Socratic method was something that you subscribed to a ways back there. Not Crayon Muncher? You're an idiot.
It's just, we're just quantifying how quickly we see the light that's already
Yeah, that's already there.
there. It doesn't
This fucking guy thinks the light's already there. When you're out on the boat, the lighthouse is out of commission, right? The light's off, but the light's already there. That's what he's saying. And the speed of seeing.
Travel from point to point.
Well, travel from point to point. Well, you already said it traveled. Remember when we went over that before? I'm not going to do it again. I went over it earlier. This is another circle jerk back.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's an intentional lie.
Yeah, me and you.
Another intentional lie, huh? What a clown.
You were agreeing that other day when we said the light's already there. Literally, when you put a light on, it's actually just showing the light, you could say. Because how are you going to actually measure the speed if you don't? I mean, how do you get that speed? It's literally there as soon as it's there. How?
That's profound. There is no one-way speed of light.
Right.
I still don't understand how they can say there's a speed of light if it's
Who are they?
just there all the time.
He says there's a speed of light. In fact, he said that things travel 3 times the speed of light. So in order to make that statement, we're going to review it here in a few seconds. In order to make that statement, wouldn't he have to know the speed of light? You'd think.
Yeah, well, they just quantify the perception.
Who's they? Yeah, here we go. They just quantify the speed of seeing.
I guess you know they don't have a one-way, right?
Yeah, the reason why you know that is because I told you that.
And this is another problem. They never even claim to get a one-way speed, right? The two assume it's the same both ways, and then
Yeah, you're welcome.
of course you have to perceive it, and you have to.
Here we go. We have to perceive it. Speed of seeing.
There's a delay in like you seeing it. There's a delay in any sensor trying to pick it up, right?
Oh, really? And you have evidence of that? Perhaps? You want to post that? No? Shocking surprise.
Physically travel or anything. And yeah,
You said it traveled. We already went over that. Now it's not traveling. Another contradiction.
like you said, I think we do agree on that. But
Now we're going agree and disagree. You're in the wrong frigging genre. You need to return to your cake decorating forums or whose favorite color is the best with subjective opinions and agree and disagree. Okay?
see that's been very clearly my position the whole time.
Yeah, that's been very clearly your position the whole time. Let's take a look at this. We'll not go to the rate one. He made another claim about the speed of light. Where is it? Oh, there's Tesla. You wanted proof of that electron? Let's just go to Tesla before we go to your speed of light. So this is Nikola Tesla. Listen closely. Before the electron theory was advanced, there is no electron theory. Because you're looking at what is questions, like you said consisted here. Consisted of, that's a what is question. We'll forgive you for that. I digress. Before the electron theory was advanced, I, Nikola Tesla, had established that radioactive rays consisted of, listen to this, folks, particles of primary matter not further decomposable. Guess what that is? Quanta. Quanta, baby. Thanks for that, Tessie. Appreciate that. Now let's get on to his train wreck. This is hilarious. Oh, here it is right here. So, Witsit. We have things that go 3 times the speed of light. 1 minute later, there's no such thing as the speed of light. Unbelievable, man. How do you know it went 3 times faster than the speed of light if there is no such thing as the speed of light? There, Crayon Muncher. You're through. You're a clown.
And so for someone to then say that I'm contradicting myself because I said
Yeah, you are.
it doesn't have a speed but it has a rate. No, I mean like I
Yeah. Because rate is speed. Look it up, Mr. Socratic method.
explained it. that what we call the speed of light, it's more accurately would be called a rate of induction, but it's not. It's just the illumination, not what light itself is. So
We're not talking about what light itself is. We're talking about the speed of it. You see what I'm saying? He's such a scatterbrain. I don't know. Are you following this?
It's really frustrating for me.
You're talking about really frustrating. Is trying to follow your Skeletor scatterbrain horse shit.
It's like everything that was said about me.
Everything that was said about me, another reductio ad absurdum argument. I'll bet you circle jerking back to something.
Is a lie, and that's like the one thing.
Everything that was said about me was a lie. Everything.
That triggers me, bro.
So.
Triggers you. That's scary.
So yeah, but you see, I think they're hanging on with because you're trying to explain it as like a wave.
No, but I don't either.
You don't explain it like a wave. You describe it as a wave. You both don't know the difference between explanations and descriptions, which is scary.
Right. So I actually don't do that. Yeah. Like that's what else they did. They said that I claim light is a wave.
Yeah, you did. We're circle jerking back to this again. We already showed that you did. Remember your guns a-blazing, come out of the gate ether argument? Yeah, we already went over that. Circle jerking back to this. You're a liar. And a dumb fuck.
And probably 40 different times I told them light is neither a particle nor a wave.
Yeah.
And a wave is
you did that 40 times. Yeah, 40. I want you to count them up too, right? Yeah, right after you said in your main argument that it was a wave. That's the point.
Thing. It's just a type of movement. It's the medium that's already there getting excited.
Really? Show. None of that, though. You're a village idiot. Another baseless assertion.
It's disturbance in the medium.
So it's almost like electrostatics. When it gets charged up, it has an induction.
Disturbance in a medium. Define medium. Another contradiction. Define medium. Do it on your next show.
And that's what's showing. You could say.
Yes.
Remember that Socratic method, right? Hypersemantical, so define medium. It's just as simple as that, folks. I could do that and destroy his entire fucking paradigm just with that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like a rate of induction into the ether being being illuminated is how I look at it, right? But it's
really, what's ether? You're talking about the no non-speed rate?
It's like, I don't see why that would have to be strawmanned. If I'm so wrong, why not just...
It wasn't strawman, and we already showed why you was wrong. Another baseless assertion.
Explain what I say as being wrong. Light is...
Explain what you say as... We already did.
Neither a wave nor a particle. That is a...
It's neither a wave or a particle. Really? What are those little dots sitting there? Like discrete chunks of energy and momenta. Clown. Oops. Sorry. Getting late.
A false duality. Right?
A
so
false
that's a false
duality.
dichotomy.
Because that's what I'm pushing lately. What is light? I don't think anybody really knows what light is.
I just told you what it was. There's a discrete chunk of energy and momenta. Has characteristics of visible and non-visibility in its spectra. Done.
You can have a model describing it, hence why we have the...
There's no model describing it. I just defined it for you. There's no model here.
globe-like model, and they have...
A globe-like model? What the hell? There's no globe model anyway. Even if they did have a model, it wouldn't have anything to do with this topic. My word.
Things working off that model, but it doesn't mean that's what light is. It's just them describing what they think it is and how it works. But I don't think anybody really knows what...
You don't describe hows. Like I said, you don't know the difference between the description and explanations. You don't describe a how that's non sequitur.
Light is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's interesting, right? That's non sequitur. So that's interesting to you?
Point. I don't necessarily say I know for sure what it is either. I don't think anyone will ever
I just told you what it was.
fully know what it is.
Yeah.
But I think that I have a more viable like beginning explanation, you know?
He has a beginning explanation for a description. Like I told you, he doesn't know the difference between explanation and description. That's the level that we're at here. We're down below first grade. Clown.
And whether someone agrees or disagrees, fine.
Now we're back to agree and disagree. It's never ending.
But to pretend you know it's a photon and all this nonsense is just ridiculous. That's
Just ridiculous. He got that from Globe Dumpsters Bob. Every time Bob evaluated something back in the day, when he couldn't explain it, he'd just say ridiculous. So he just adopted it. That's great. Thanks, clown.
Einstein's theory, bro. And
Einstein's theory. Einstein never created a scientific theory in his life. Which one are you talking about?
So that I guess I just brought that up because that's a lie. Like it's if you
Everything's a
know what my
lie. What theory?
position is, but then you make a whole 4-hour presentation that
Oh, here we go. Circle jerking back to this. You really butthurt over that, aren't you, Nancy?
took you like multiple weeks to make.
You should be. It took me multiple weeks to make. What the fuck? How in the world do you know? How can you even make that claim? That's how you know you're dealing with a fucking retard. Just a village idiot. Really? Can you tell us how you know that? I know, I'm just being pedantic here, but it's an important point. He made that claim. How do you know it took me weeks to make it? You don't know me. You never met me. You don't know where I live. You don't know what my station in life is, how busy I am doing other things. How can you even make a affirmative statement such as this? Because you're a fucking clown. Actually, it only took me an afternoon to make. It was a long afternoon because the most time it took me was to go through your statements. I wanted to be meticulous about each word that you said. That's what took the longest. The responses, my cat's litter box can make the responses. You're a fucking retard.
And you've heard everything I'm saying, and you take it out of context and lie.
Take it out of context and lie again. Oh my God. Do we need to go over the beluga whales, the hound dogs, and the hoodoo in the bayou again?
It's like, I don't know, man. That is some Glober behavior, right?
Yeah, Glober behavior. Really? How so?
And that shouldn't be accepted in this community.
You know what's not going to be accepted? Your presence in the community, whatever that means anymore. You and the Globe Dumpsters, right? With your wondering, opinionated speculations. That's not what's going to be here anymore. You tracking with me, sunshine? You better be tracking.
We shouldn't like support that type of behavior.
Oh, we're not going to support that type of behavior anymore. Let me rephrase that. I am not supporting that behavior anymore. You got that? Is this clear?
At least in my opinion. Like I just.
Here we go with the opinions again.
To each their own, right? If you're claiming the photon and the electron,
to each their own. Now we're back on the photon, for fuck's sake. Hopefully this is going to end soon, folks.
Right? Or for example, I said, well, every time you invoke the photographic plate and the double.
Invoke a photographic. What's a photographic plate?
Slit, you're automatically reifying the electron, because what they say is that the photon hits an atom in the plate, dislodges an electron, and then that's what gives you the interaction that's picked up on the plate. So you have to reify the electron to even use the photographic plate. So I'm like,
you have to reify the electron to even use the photo. Watch how he bashes himself in the face with a spade shovel with this. This is classic.
So then I said, after explaining all that, I said, so the photographic plate assumes that there's an electron, and
so the photographic plate, this is what he said. So the photographic plate assumes there's an electron. He actually said, we already know he said that, but at least he was truthful with that. That's what he actually said. He just said it again. Okay, listen up.
Assumes and reifies the electron, whatever. He takes that statement and tries to say that I was saying that the photographic plate has sentience and can assume things.
Well, that's what you said. The photographic plate assumes there's an electron. What's so funny? Then you listen to what he said. He just repeated the same thing he did again. Only he added sentience and intelligence. You would have to assume.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, it's
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, you're a fucking clown.
wild. Like the reaching and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that was a real reach.
So bad.
But I think you can also come to quite a cool conclusion when you do the double slit. Like I said, Michael
Oh,
Carney did the
brother.
single and the double. And what you actually see there, it's nothing like they explain actually with the
Nothing like they, here we go back. You're doing the circle jerking now. They don't explain anything. They describe it. You're talking about this with the double slit? You don't get an interference pattern? Really? Pray tell.
photons or waves or anything, because they just
Right.
equivocate the behaviors of water.
Who are they and who's equivocating? What's an equivocation fallacy? Next show.
And saying, okay, this is how water behaves when it has that wave pattern, therefore light must be this way as well, which is just
Oh, yeah, that's some stupid shit.
total rubbish. So I
Agreed.
don't know if you've seen that stream where I said, what is light? I don't know if you've watched that because I did a presentation there.
I haven't.
You must actually watch it because I'm gonna do the second part now, Wednesday coming. So definitely, if you want, you can actually watch it at sometime.
All right. I'll check it. I'll check it out. But you gotta watch my. Have you
Definitely.
seen my ether presentation?
Ah, a little quid pro quo. You got to watch your, did you define it in there? What's ether? Get your popcorn.
Not yet. I did download it though, but I haven't even had time. Like I said, my power's off so much, and it's quite a long, lengthy presentation. That's why I haven't worked on mine yet.
I'll say this: you can skip to an hour and 19 minutes because
Why don't you just skip the whole thing unless you're going to define it right here for everyone and then demonstrate its existence? That shouldn't take that long. Right? You'd think.
I redid it because I had audio issues at first, so it's not as long, right? It's if you go to an hour and 19 minutes, that's where it actually starts for the second time with a better mic.
Awesome, yeah, no, because I definitely still wanted to watch it. Just like I said, we're more off. We're literally on like 2 hours power, then we're off 3 hours, then we're on for 2 hours, and we're off 3 hours.
That's crazy, man. I bet that's.
Why don't you just start a fire outside and plug everything into that? According to him, that's what you can do.
That's it.
I actually have to go again because in an hour the power's going off again.
Well, time to spark a fire.
Okay. Well, I've been on here for a minute anyway. Thanks for having me on, bro. I think that it was.
No, thank you. And good God, this is over. Thank the Lord. All right. Let me take a look out here. I haven't looked out there in almost 4 hours. I wonder if anyone's still listening. Where are you guys at? Let me see. Well, there's still a few people out there. Hey, what's up, guys? It's pretty late. Thanks for the super chats. We got Theo Megawordy. In order for a logical sequence to reach a necessary conclusion, the premises must first be true. Yes. The premises can't be the output of a logic string. Correct. Theo Megawordy. Bingo. What did I hit? A65? Bingo. The ether is a segue into new angles. Even mainstream is now moving towards subjective idealism, monism. The creator is creation. Yeah, it's a train wreck. Cannabear, $20. No, that comes from him. He gave me $20. Thanks. For the Witsit versus QE debate fund. No, it's got to come from him, man. It's got to come directly from him. So you'll have to give it to him. Hey, lumpy gas in the vacuum. Thanks. Listen, I'm winding down here. What's up, Fiber Oats? What's up, guys out there? Thanks for joining in. It's been a long one. but an important one. It had to be done, and I was not joking. Globe dumpsters. You're out of here. It's as simple as that. You're relieved. For cause. Neolithic incompetence. You're done for. Right? And you better make it snappy, too. I'm counting. All right, let's get with the conclusions here. I got to count these things. Go ahead, smoke them if you got them. I've got a total of 119 logical fallacies. And 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 lies. And contradictions, I know I didn't get all of them. 10. So I'll work on this. I'll make sure and annotate this down and get the exact amount of time and fallacies per minute. This is gonna be a record breaker, I think. From what I'm looking at here, and I know I missed a few, but that's how it goes. Well, listen, guys, I'm gonna have to take my leave of you. It's getting way late. And I was getting too loud. But I hope everyone got something out of it. And like I said, I wasn't joking. For the globe dumpsters, get out. And that's final. Are we clear? Later, guys.